on your timeline. No showings, no double moves. Plus, Orchard helps you sell for more with repairs that attract the right buyers. Buy before you sell and get top dollar with Orchard. Visit Orchard.com for your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Save on Mediterranean flavors at Whole Foods Market from February 25th through March 10th. Look for yellow sale signs on California Olive Ranch Extra Virgin Olive Oil, DiCecco pastas and gnocchi, select Rayo's favorites, and San Pellegrino Italian sodas. All up to 30% off with Prime. Plus, get 2-seater hummuses for $6.30 with Prime. Save on Mediterranean flavors now at Whole Foods Market. Terms apply.
You can swirl it, you can sip it, but the best way is to share it. Hey y'all, I'm Deanna, a team member at my local Chick-fil-A. And a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and new frosted sodas and floats is how well they go together. You get that bold flavor of the Coke mixed with the smooth deliciousness of the vanilla ice cream. You have a juicy filet and a smooth, creamy float. It's an awesome pairing.
Order a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and a new frosted soda and float at your local Chick-fil-A restaurant. Real team member paid for their testimonial.
Are your investments in the right accounts? What's best, traditional or Roth? Are you receiving all available tax deductions? Are you paying as little in tax as you can? These are all questions you can't afford to get wrong. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth, and in many cases, it's not what you make, but it's what you keep that makes the real difference. Trajan Wealth and Trajan Tax work closely together exclusively. No more guessing about whether you should do a Roth conversion, or if maxing out your 401k is really the best option. Our nationally recognized fiduciary advisors and CPA team work in tandem to make sure your tax strategy works with your investment strategy. We'll even do your tax preparation. One team, one strategy. Isn't it time for a second opinion? Call Trajan today, 469-579-3500. That's 469-579-3500.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast is brought to you by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
You're listening to 100,000 watts of Rangers baseball on KRLD-FM, KRLD HD1 Dallas-Fort Worth. We are 105.3 The Fan.
Charged by Mydroth. His throw to first is wild. It gets away, and here comes Smith, and he scores.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. Fastball at the top of the zone. Jacob deGrom, 9 strikeouts in 7 innings.
Seager, he swings and belts one. Deep right center. That is on its way. That ball is history.
Spring has returned, and your Texas Rangers step into 2026 with their sights set on another championship. Spring training baseball on the Rangers Radio Network is brought to you by Globe Life. For over 125 years, Globe Life has helped protect families when they need it most. Globe Life, make tomorrow better. Bailey and Gallion, CertaPro. Choose happy, choose CertaPro painters. Visit CertaPro.com. Lexus, visit your Dallas-Fort Worth Lexus dealership today. And by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, where the players play. Alongside Matt Hicks, here's your Hall of Fame voice of the Rangers, Eric Nadel.
From Surprise Stadium in Surprise, Arizona, it's the Texas Rangers against the world champion Los Angeles Dodgers. Hello there, everybody. This is Eric Nadel with Matt Hicks and our engineer, Matt Prelip. Back in Master Control, we have Dylan Moore, Kevin Walker, and Adam C. at the controls. Rangers and Dodgers to meet on a split squad game for the Dodgers. Those wearing the Dodger uniforms today will be partially unrecognizable to you, as the bulk of their regulars are playing over at Camelback Ranch in Glendale in a home game for them against the Chicago Cubs. The Rangers come in with a record of 4 up and 5 down for the spring. They've lost 3 games in a row. The Dodgers going the other way. They won their first 6 spring training contests and then lost yesterday. So they come in with a record of 6 wins and 1 loss. It is a gorgeous afternoon in the Valley of the Sun. We have hazy sunshine, temperatures in the upper 80s, just a light breeze blowing as the Rangers and Dodgers meet for the first time this spring. They will meet again on March the 15th in Glendale. The lineup cards are being exchanged at home plate. We'll have those lineups and the first pitch of game number 10 of the spring right after this on the Rangers Radio Network.
Life's a team sport. You need a team your family can count on. Medical City Healthcare, the official healthcare system of the Texas Rangers and one of North Texas's largest healthcare providers, offers comprehensive, compassionate care, advanced technology, and personalized treatment for your entire family. Trusted care when you need it most. Medical City Healthcare, a team you can count on.
For over 30 years, CertaPro Painters has been part of countless memories. Every wall tells a story, and we've been proud to help write them. We are more than just your local painters, with care, craftsmanship, and certainty. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home, beautifully painted and worry-free. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy. Get started today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
There are only 2 seasons in the year, winter and baseball. So how do you win your winter? You get ready for baseball. 2026 Texas Rangers single game tickets are now on sale. Get your tickets today at Rangers.com.
For the Dodgers today, Alex Call will lead off in left field, followed by Kyle Tucker, the designated hitter. Santiago Espinal will hit third and play third. Dalton Rushing, the catcher, will be the cleanup hitter. Andy Pajes will be in center field batting 5th. Alex Freeland at shortstop hitting 6th. Batting 7th at second base, Nick Senzel. Ryan Ward will play first base. He will bat 8th. And Zach Earhart in right field will be the number 9 hitter. For the Dodgers, Call, Tucker, and Espinal. Rushing, Pajes, and Freeland, Senzel, Ward, and Earhart against the 25-year-old right-hander from Morristown, New Jersey, Jack Leiter. Leiter making his second appearance of the spring, worked 2 scoreless innings his first time out. For the Rangers, Evan Carter will lead off in center field, followed by Wyatt Langford in left and Jock Peterson playing first base. Danny Jansen will catch and hit cleanup. Sam Haggerty in right field is batting 5th. Ezekiel Duran hits 6th. He's at second base. Mark Canna, the designated hitter, batting 7th. Hitting 8th at shortstop, Tyler Wade. And Jonah Bride will play third base. He will bat 9th. Josh Young will be out for at least 10 days with a right adductor strain. So Jonah Bride gets the call today at third. And on the mound for the Dodgers, one of their top pitching prospects, 22-year-old left-hander Jackson Ferris, out of Winston-Salem, North Carolina, considered last year the number 6 prospect in the Dodgers system. He pitched at Double-A Tulsa, went 10-7 with a 3.86 ERA. He has worked 1 scoreless inning this spring. Calling the balls and strikes will be Dan Bellino, veteran big league umpire from Chicago, Illinois. Nestor Seja is at first base. Dylan Wilson at second. Brian Van Vorenken will be the third base umpire. The umpires, of course, will rotate as the game goes on here in spring training. Neither team's manager is running the ball club here this afternoon. Dave Roberts, in his 11th year as the Dodgers manager, is over in Glendale managing the Dodger regulars against the Cubs. And the Rangers' new manager, Skip Schumacher, has the day off for personal reasons. Bench coach Luis Urueta will be running the club today. Both teams are wearing royal blue jerseys with the names and numbers in white on the back. The Rangers are featuring a red spring training cap with a blue brim. Dodgers wearing a blue cap with a white brim here in spring training. Coaching at third for them is Scott Hennessy, and at first, Johan Garcia. Jack Leiter just about ready to go, and Matt, what we've been hearing about Leiter all spring, working again on a new pitch. He's developing a cutter.
Yeah, and it's a pitch that, not quite the same pitch, but he tried cutter a little bit 2 years ago, but decided to work that into his repertoire here this year, and so it's something that we're watching here this spring. It's a grip that he actually learned from one Garrett Crochet while they were working out together this offseason in Nashville.
So he adds that to the four-seam fastball and two-seamer, the slider, the change, which was the new pitch last year, and the slow curve, which he throws occasionally. Alex Call leads it off. He's a right-handed batter. He's 2 for 2 this spring. Hit 267 last year, dividing the year between Washington and the Dodgers. First pitch from Leiter, blazes in there for a strike. His fastball, and it came in at 97 miles an hour. It is 0-1 to Alex Call. Langford is in left, Carter in center, and Haggerty in right as we get started for the Rangers. Leiter peers over his tan glove, swings into the wide, big over-the-top motion, high leg kick, and the pitch is a little bit tight. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jonah Bride at third, Tyler Wade at short, Ezekiel Duran at second, Jock Peterson at first for the good guys, and Danny Jansen behind the plate. Leiter works off the first base side of the rubber, pushes off and comes home, and he misses upstairs there with a fastball at 98 miles an hour. And the count now at 2 balls and 1 strike. We have hazy sunshine here today in Surprise. The sky, very light shade of blue. 87 degrees, our official game time temperature. Leiter comes in with a fastball that is swung on and missed, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Alex Call, who takes his time out and walks a few steps over toward the Dodgers' third base dugout. Rangers on the first base side. There's a big white T painted on the grass, trimmed in red in front of the Ranger dugout. The 2-2 pitch on the way, and that's a check swing foul hit into the Rangers dugout on the first base side. On the third base side, the letters KC in white outlined in blue will adorn the field in front of the dugout. This, of course, also the home of the Kansas City Royals. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And here comes the pitch to Alex Call. A check swing, breaking ball, got him, and there is out number 1. We got a challenge here on the first batter of the game. Alex Call touching the helmet, asking for the replay, and it is a ball. Not by much, but it was just off the outside corner. So the Rangers were throwing the ball around the infield, thinking he had struck out. Call was going nowhere.
1 batter in for you in 2026, and already the ABS challenge is invoked.
How about that? At least I knew what was going on. Took a while, though. And the count is full on Call. Leiter swings to the wide. Here's the payoff pitch. It's swung on and a high pop fly hit to left. Langford drifting toward the line, and he puts it away. There is out number 1. So 1 extra pitch thrown by Jack Leiter there, and 1 out to get the ball game started. And that will bring up Kyle Tucker, the much ballyhooed free agent signee. Got that 4-year contract for $240 million, much to the surprise of just about everybody. He figures to be the Dodgers' regular right fielder after hitting 22 homers and driving in 73 with the Cubs last year. Former Astro batting left, and on a check swing, he takes a strike on a Leiter slow curveball at 84 miles an hour. The Dodgers, of course, the perennial champs in the National League West. They have won the division title 12 of the last 13 years and 4 in a row. Here's the 0-1 delivery. And Tucker very late on the cutter, swings and misses on a pitch that just ate him up in on the hands.
It looked like he was swinging a 40-pound bat that time.
He looked awful there.
Wow.
And Leiter's in on the count at 0-2. There's 1 out, nobody on, no score first inning. And the pitch is low. Breaking ball in the dirt. And Leiter went there with the kick change, going for the strikeout. And it's a ball and 2 strikes on Tucker, who steps away at the plate, removes the batting helmet, takes his time out. He is featuring Dodger blue batting gloves, white shoes, and a blue shin guard on the front leg. Rangers play him dead straight away in the outfield, slightly to pull on the left side of the infield. Here's the pitch to Tucker at 1-2, and Leiter misses with another changeup. The count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Leiter wearing half sleeves today. Blue sleeves spilling out from underneath the blue jersey, coming down just below the elbows. He works 2-2 here with one out here in the top of the first. The pitch on the way is cracked foul past third base coach Scott Hennessy and down the line. There's lots of foul territory here in Surprise. It is not tight in the corners as it is in most ballparks. It's 350 down the lines and 400 from deep right center over to deep left center. The alleys are 379 feet away in a symmetrical outfield. 2-2 pitch. Tucker swings, fouls another one off to the left. Lots of fans out on the berm today on a beautiful sun-kissed afternoon. And a good crowd here, populated by lots of blue on both sides. Although the Rangers are featuring some red with their caps this spring. Lots of blue caps, blue jerseys around the ballpark for both teams. And the pitch is fouled back to the screen. Lots of Ohtani jerseys, not surprisingly.
And he's not here.
And he's not even in the country. He is with Team Japan right now. Getting ready for the World Baseball Classic. We are excited for that. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, no score. First inning. Pitch to Tucker. And that's low as Leiter missed with a slider. So he's gone 3-2 on each of his first 2 hitters, and one of the goals for the spring for Jack is to reduce the number of pitches per inning. So far, not making progress on that today.
He did a pretty good job of that Tuesday when he pitched against the Angels, throwing just 26 pitches over his 2 shutout innings.
He might get there in the first inning today, the rate he's going. He was ahead 0-2, now it's 3-2 on Tucker. Payoff pitch, swung on and fouled at the plate. Tucker just got a piece of it. Tucker, a lifetime .273 batter with 147 career home runs. He's DHing today. Ohtani figures to be their regular season DH, of course. And Tucker so far in the spring, nothing for 4. So Leiter climbs up the back of the hill. Angles slightly toward the third base side as he sets up. Here comes the payoff pitch again. And Tucker, it's a ground ball back off Leiter's glove. He retrieves it behind the mound, throws to first, and he gets him. Leiter in good fielding position, able to deflect that smash hit right back at him. It came off a 98.5 mile-an-hour fastball. And there are 2 up and 2 down here in the top of the first for Santiago Espinal.
Yeah, he knocked it down enough that it didn't go that far behind the mound. No panic. Just ran down the back slope, got to the ball, turned 90 degrees, made a nice throw over to first.
Exit velo on that one, 105.8. Here's Espinal, right-handed hitter, former Cincinnati Red. He swings and hits one far to right field, way back by the fence and beyond the reach of Evan Carter. Espinal into second base, takes the turn and holds with a double. As he smacks that one the opposite way off a 97 mile-an-hour fastball. He's the first base runner of the ball game. And a drive to the wall in right center. And here comes Dalton rushing the catcher.
A little bit of a wind right now blowing out, and that helped to kind of blow the ball away from Evan, just enough for it to fall in on the track.
So then in scoring position for rushing, the Dodgers have been averaging close to 8 runs a game for the spring, if you believe that. They've outscored their opponents by 24 runs over 7 games. Better than a 3-run per game run differential. As Leiter starts rushing the left-handed batter with a cutter that is inside for ball 1. Rushing, 25 years old, out of Louisville, former second-round draft pick. Figures to back up Will Smith with the Dodgers this year. No score, runner at second, 2 outs in the first. Leiter from the stretch. To the plate, there's a swing, and there's a drive well hit center field. Look out now. Carter at the wall. It's gone. Just to the left of dead center. Dalton rushing crushes a home run. And the Dodgers have a 2-0 first inning lead.
Well, rushing just hitting one straight away. The guy who, as you mentioned, figures to back up Will Smith. Dodgers are really high on this young man, and he gives us a little peek as to why right there.
He had 4 home runs last year and limited playing time in the big leagues, had 140 at-bats. So it's 2-0 L.A. in the first, and Andy Pages will be the batter as Danny Jansen goes out for a word with Jack Leiter. Paez had a breakthrough year last year for the Dodgers as their regular center fielder hit 27 homers, drove in 86 runs. Right-handed batter from Cuba, wears the number 44, and he swings and fouls one off to the right out of play. Paez off to a good start this spring. He's 5 for 10. Alex Freeland, the on-deck batter. Glider back to work at 0-1, lets it fly, and the pitch a little tight. It's a ball and a strike on Andy Paez. Glider back pedals to the back of the mound, adjusts that red cap. Now gets back on there. Peers over the mitt and delivers. There's a strike. Fastball in the inside corner. A Leiter consistently at 97 and 98 with his fastball here in the first. But he's been touched for a double and a two-run homer after going to a full count before retiring the first two batters. Here's the pitch, and there's a breaking ball and a call, strike three, and an appeal once again. This time Andy Paez asking for the appeal. The ABS challenge, as the Rangers were leaving the field thinking it was strike three, and indeed it is. As that clipped the very bottom of the strike zone, and Paez is out, and the Dodgers have lost one of their two challenges. But the Dodgers come up with 2 runs on 2 hits in the top of the first, and after a half inning, it's the Dodgers 2, the Rangers coming up against Jackson Ferris on the Rangers Radio Network.
As the original American single malt from Texas, Balcones Distilling has been leading the recently ratified American single malt movement from the beginning, right from the heart of Texas. Whether using high-quality Texas grains, collaborating with the uncompromising climate, or adapting to let local flavors flourish, Balcones intentionally crafts every bottle of award-winning whiskey to deliver a true taste of this great state. Balcones, the official Texas whiskey of your Texas Rangers. Must be 21 or older. Please drink responsibly.
Luxor Staffing, official staffing partner of the Texas Rangers, has hundreds of open positions in warehouse distribution, manufacturing, and more. Come work with some of DFW's best employers. Great pay, excellent benefits, multiple shifts, and endless opportunities for promotion. Luxor has 10 convenient locations in DFW ready to find a perfect job for you. All Luxor offices have experienced bilingual professionals ready to help you now. Visit us online today at luxorstaffing.com and find the office closest to you. Apply today and work tomorrow for Luxor Staffing, DFW's premier staffing agency.
As an official partner of the Texas Rangers, Lockheed Martin is proud to be part of the rich heritage of the Rangers and the many fans who cheer the team on at Globe Life Field. It is with that same pride we support our local communities and customers. From the frontline workers to the members of our armed forces safeguarding life and liberty, we're here to help them with their most important missions.
Lanky lefty Jackson Ferris takes a 2-0 Dodger lead to the mound for the bottom of the first. He goes 6'4", 195 pounds. Acquired in a deal from the Cubs in January of 24. He was a second-round pick by the Cubs. Evan Carter first up, lefty to lefty, and the pitch breaks way off the plate outside. Carter 2 for 9 for the spring. Still just 23 years of age. Wyatt Langford on deck, and the pitch is outside 2-0. Coaching for the Rangers at first, Travis Jankowski. In his first year as a coach, having played last year. Corey Ragsdale coaches at third. Here's the pitch, and that's a bit inside. Ferris wearing long sleeves today, long blue sleeves, and a light tan fielder's glove. He delivers to Carter, and he misses inside. That is a 4-pitch walk. And the Rangers trailing by a 2-0 score, get their leadoff man aboard. And it brings up Wyatt Langford. For the Dodgers, defensively, it's Espinal at third, Freeland at short, Denzel at second, Ward at first, and rushing catching. Collin left, Paez in center, Earhart in right. Paez, the only regular on the field for the Dodgers today defensively. And of course, you also have Kyle Tucker in the batting order. As Langford takes one a mile off the plate for ball one, as Ferris's control deserting him here in the early going. Langford 2 for 3 for the spring. And a breaking ball is in there for a strike. The Rangers slow played Langford. Didn't play him in the first few spring training games. Hard to imagine we've had games for over a week already. Rangers have played 9 times already. Had a couple of those split squad days. And the pitch to Langford is off the plate outside. Two and one the count. Here comes the pitch. A swing and a high drive to right field. Earhart moving back underneath it. Plenty of room in front of the track, and he hauls it in. Langford is retired. It's 2-0 Dodgers, and Jock Peterson coming to the plate. Opening day coming up in Philadelphia on Thursday, March 26th. Then the Rangers go to Baltimore, so their first 6 games will be on the road before coming home to play the Cincinnati Reds and the Seattle Mariners on the first homestand. Tickets are on sale for that homestand and for all the Ranger games this year. Rangers.com/single game. There goes Carter. The pitch is low, and the throw to second is late. Evan Carter with a stolen base off a slow breaking ball gets himself in a scoring position for Jock Peterson.
And Evan got a pretty good jump that time on Ferris, the pitcher.
1-0 the count on Jock, lefty against lefty. He's 2 for 8 in the early going. Former Dodger, of course, spent his first 7 years with the club after being an 11th round pick. The pitch to Jock is a strike on the inside corner. That levels the count at a ball and a strike. Fastball from Ferris coming in 92, 93 miles an hour. He averaged better than a strikeout per inning at Double-A last year. Carter dancing at second. The pitch to Peterson, a slow curve that doesn't curve, and it hits him in the arm. So Jock will trot on down to first, and the Rangers, without the benefit of the hit, have a threat here, trailing 2-0 in the bottom of the first, and Danny Jansen coming out.
You could just see that slip out of Ferris's hand right away. That looked like a hit batter from the get-go. Ferris, if there's a knock on him, he did have a high walk rate last year, 4.7 walks per 9 innings, and so mastering all of his pitches, something that he's still working on. One other thing he's working on, he's working this spring on his changeup, trying to add that pitch as a reliable pitch to his repertoire.
A lot of pitchers can say the same thing in spring training. Here's Jansen, right-handed batter, and he hits a slow roller to second, charged by Senzel. He's got it and flips on to first, and he retires. Jansen with the runners moving up to second and third. 2 outs here in the first, and the Dodgers ahead 2-0. Sam Haggerty will be the batter, off to a great start this spring. He is 6 for 9, and he is 6th in the major leagues in RBIs this spring with 6. 31-year-old switch hitter up there from the right side. Here's the pitch. A swing and a bouncing ball, foul past third base. Haggerty bats out of a bit of a crouch. Has a red neoprene sleeve on his right arm. Where's the number 0? A la Al Oliver. O to B McDowell. Second and third, 2 outs. 2-0 Dodgers, and Ferris checks second and comes home. The pitch is in the dirt, smothered by rushing. And the count at a ball and a strike. Tomorrow we'll be on the air again at 2 Central Time as the Rangers take on the Mariners over in Peoria. Jake Latz will get the start for Texas. And a long-armed Logan Gilbert will be on the hill for the M's. A ball and a strike on Haggerty, and the pitch a little bit low. The count is 2-1. Ezekiel Duran, the on-deck batter. Dodgers playing Haggerty pretty much straight up. The second baseman, Senzel, is toward the middle. And Haggerty swings. It's a ground ball to the left of the shortstop. It's scooped up by Freeland. Wings a submarine throw to first. It gets Haggerty and retires the Rangers in the first. It's a shutdown inning for Jackson Ferris. No runs, no hits, and 2 left. And after an inning, it's the Dodgers 2 and the Rangers nothing on the Rangers Radio Network.
There are only 2 seasons in the year, winter and baseball. So how do you win your winter? You get ready for baseball. 2026 Texas Rangers single game tickets are now on sale. Get your tickets today at Rangers.com.
Turn up your radio, Ranger fans. It's time for the Golden Chick Dot Race. Make your picks. And remember, no wagering, please. And they're off. They're neck and neck. Red moves ahead, but Blue's a strong second. Now Green takes the lead at the home plate turn. And speaking of plates, I always add extra rolls to mine. Golden Chick rolls are baked fresh daily and so good, they're famous. Green starts to lag. Blue is nowhere to be seen, but Red digs deep for the win.
Hey kids, it's time to step up to the plate and join the Junior Rangers. You'll get your very own kit sponsored by Golden Chick. It includes a Rangers baseball cap, backpack, youth jersey, stainless steel water bottle, and a fan chain with bling badge. Junior Rangers also receive 4 digital ticket vouchers to select Ranger home games. Don't forget to bring your fan chain and badge to get 15% off discount in the team store and front of the line access to the kids run the bases at Sunday home games. Sign up now at rangers.com/Junior Rangers and be part of the club.
Energy Transfer is excited to support the Texas Rangers. As one of the country's largest energy companies, we proudly move oil and gas products through our 120,000 miles of underground pipelines to power our communities and make our lives possible.
Back in surprise, Eric Nadel with Matt Hicks. Dodgers with a 2-0 lead as we go to inning number 2. Jack Leiter back on the mound, and here at the mic, Matt Hicks.
All right, thank you very much, Eric, and welcome back. You know, it feels kind of like the end of spring training with the heat today. Hot here yesterday, hot today. It'll be hot tomorrow. And then by the time we get to next weekend, it's going to be back to normal, if we can call anything normal these days. Here's Freeland leading things off for the Dodgers, and he'll take a pitch here from Leiter for strike 1. But 87 at game time. High today, supposed to be around 91. At least we have some clouds, unlike last weekend when we had no cloud cover whatsoever. This pitch is high. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. Freeland, a switch hitter, swinging from the left side here. But last weekend we had issues, especially in the game played here, with outfielders, especially those guys out in left, having difficulty with the sun. As Leiter fires this one low, and the count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike. Freeland, Senzel, and then Ward, 6, 7, and 8, due up here for the Dodgers in the top of the second. L.A. with a 2-0 lead on the strength of the home run by Dalton Rushing in the first inning. This next pitch a little bit outside, so Leiter falls behind in the count here, 3-1. Jack threw 24 pitches in that first inning, and here we go, an ABS challenge here. Rangers challenging this 2-1 call of it being a ball, and they are going to win this challenge because the pitch was right in the top corner, outside corner of the strike zone. So instead of it being 3-1, the count is 2-2.
One of the most important count changes that you'll have, 2-2 rather than 3-1.
Completely different. Pitcher and catcher back in it. The 2-2 is hit out into deep right field. Moving back into his right canna. He looks up, and this one hits off the top of the fence and stays within the field of play. That's Sam Haggerty out in right field, and Haggerty makes a nice throw back into second, holding Freeland to a double. Freeland was just inches from a home run there.
And that was a hanging curve, and it left the bat at 109 miles an hour. So Leiter's giving up some loud noises so far.
And the Dodgers are doing what the Dodgers do, and that is just to a man fouling off difficult pitches, getting to favorable counts, and finally able to put the bat on a ball that they feel they can do some damage to as Nick Senzel stands in. Takes this pitch inside for ball 1. Nick Senzel, former second pick in the draft. He was the second pick taken in the 2016 draft by the Cincinnati Reds. And essentially here over the last couple of seasons, he's just played his way out of the big leagues. As he looks at this one for ball 2, Senzel ended up spending most of his time last season with the Dodgers Triple-A affiliate in Oklahoma City, where he hit .252. He played portions of 5 seasons in the big leagues with the Reds. 2-0 pitch. That one floats in high, and you can tell Jack doesn't usually show a lot emotionally on the hill, but he was frustrated when he let that pitch go, and he kind of just spun around in haphazard fashion there about 180 degrees. Just upset at where he is right now with his command here this afternoon. He's behind here to Senzel at 3-0, and this pitch clips the inside corner, and so the count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike.
Took a lot off that fastball to get it over. That one came in at just 94.
Almost aiming it as opposed to just your normal delivery. Into the glove he goes, setting in the stretch here with Freeland perched at second. And this pitch floats in high, missed with a fastball at 96. So Senzel draws the walk. Runners are at first and second here with nobody out. And that's going to bring Ryan Ward to the plate. Now, Ward, one of those names that you probably haven't heard of at all. His time is called here. And we're going to get a mound visit. Again, the Rangers being run today by bench coach Luis Pipe Urrieta, as manager Skip Schumacher is taking a personal day. Skip actually was here this morning and did address the media during his normal morning session, but not here today, so Pipe's running the show. Leiter will now take a walk away after he drew the visit there from pitching coach Jordan Teagues. And Jordan goes back to one of the folding chairs just outside the first base dugout. So here's the left-handed hitting Ward now. Ward, last year, the Pacific Coast League Player of the Year, the MVP in the PCL last year, playing for Oklahoma City, put up some eye-popping numbers. First offering here, bounces in, and it's blocked by Danny Jansen. He does that really well. And the count to the left-handed hitting Ward at 1-0. Ward, for OKC last year, hit .290 with 36 home runs and 122 runs batted in. And whether or not you are someone who believes in the RBI as a statistic, 122 runs batted in is pretty impressive. This pitch is outside, and the count to Ward now at 2 balls and no strikes. He led all of minor league baseball in home runs and runs batted in. He also led the entire minor leagues in extra base hits. He had 73 extra base hits last year and total bases with 315. So made a lot of noise last year at AAA. Here he pops one up foul down the left field line. This one will sail out of play. In pursuit there were Jonah Bride from third and Wyatt Langford from left, but that ball well out of play. And so the count to Ward at 2 balls and 1 strike. Freeland at second, Senzel at first, nobody out. We're in the top of the second inning. Rangers trailing here 2-0. Dodgers won their first 6 games this spring and then lost yesterday. 2-1. And Leiter throws that pitch upstairs. And so he falls behind Ward here at 3-1. And this is somewhat atypical of Leiter. Not so much in having a lot of pitches thrown per inning, but in getting to this many 3-ball counts. This is the 4th time already. Here's a swing by Ward, and he pops this one up high into the air, out into left field. Langford coming in, veering to his left, lunges to his left, and makes a waist-high grab to retire Ward for the first out in the inning. I say Langford had a little difficulty fighting that fly ball with the sun, but the way that he took a route to that ball, here comes Luis Urrieta, and it looks like we're going to make a change here with Leiter having thrown a lot of pitches to this point in the ball game. But the way that he took a route to that ball was almost a route to avoid as much as possible looking into the sun to make that play. So new pitcher coming on here for Texas. Rangers are down 2-0, and while the new hurler makes his way in and warms up, we pause for this. You're listening to Rangers Spring Training Baseball on the Rangers Radio Network.
At Comerica Bank, we've helped build some of America's most iconic companies. Now, we're bringing that same professional-grade expertise to today's builders. The kitchen table entrepreneurs, the first-time storefronts, and late-night dreamers with big ambitions. Because banking built for success shouldn't just be for big business. It should be for anyone building something that matters. Let's build something together at Comerica.com/succeed. Comerica Bank, a division of Fifth Third Bank N.A., member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
With Quick Trip's new $3 Dealicious combo, choose from over 53,200 breakfasts. Get any breakfast taco or sausage biscuit. Wait, condiments. You can choose from over 17,300,548 breakfast combos. Get any breakfast taco or sausage biscuit with a Lil Q drink or small coffee. Hold up, what about creamers, syrups, 2 types of ice? With Quick Trip's new $3 Dealicious combo, you have a lot of options. Only for limited time, only at QT.
Everyone has a horizon, the line you can't see past. Before it, the familiar. Beyond it, the unknown. Enter the Lexus GX. It's designed to be capable. It's designed to be luxurious. But most of all, it's designed to get you past your horizon. And the nice thing about horizons is that once they're crossed, there's always another, patiently waiting its turn. Live up to it. The Lexus GX. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
All right, in to try to finish things up here this inning is the right-hander Jonathan Brand, a former Boston Red Sox farmhand who was selected from the Red Sox in the minor league phase of the Rule 5 draft back in December. And the first pitch that the right-hander throws to Zach Earhart is in for a strike. Earhart playing in right field for the Dodgers today. Right-handed hitter who played for 3 different clubs in the minor leagues last year, 2 different organizations, and hit .272. He's got a chance to do some damage here. Righty on righty, and Brand pumps this one in for a strike. Fastball at 91. And that'll make it no balls and 2 strikes to Earhart, who also had 14 home runs last season and most impressively 37 stolen bases. He's 23 years of age, from Tampa. Played his college ball at Oklahoma State. And last year played for 2 different teams in the Boston organization before getting dealt to the Dodgers, and so he played a little bit at AA Tulsa. The 0-2. This one's popped up high into the air, shallow center. Duran going out. Also backing up on this is Jonah Bride, and Bride, or rather Tyler Wade, playing it short, will drift out into shallow center to make the catch to get Earhart for the second out. So 2 down in the inning. Brand does a nice job there. Runners stay put. We go back to the top of the order, and Alex Call, who started the game by flying out to deep center field. Hey, think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. The first offering to Call. That's fastball at the top of the zone, 4, strike 1. Call, a guy with big league experience for sure. Originally a 3rd-round pick of the White Sox back in 2016, coming out of Ball State. He was acquired by the Dodgers at the trade deadline last year. Here he almost leans into a pitch that misses up and in. And that'll make it 1 ball and 1 strike. Doesn't have the greatest career batting average, but he does a pretty good job drawing walks. His career on-base percentage about 100 points higher than his career batting average. As this slider misses low and outside, and that'll make it 2 balls and 1 strike here to Call. Call last year spending time in the big leagues with both Los Angeles and Washington, and hit a combined .267 last season. 2-1 the count. The pitch from Brand, and he'll miss outside with that one. And so the count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike. Brand last year, overall in the minor leagues, made 33 relief appearances, was 4-3 with a .316 earned run average. As this pitch misses outside, ball 4. So Call draws the base on balls. That's 2 this inning by Ranger pitching. Bases are loaded now with 2 men out for Kyle Tucker. Well, Kyle Tucker, one of the big names coming over here to surprise today. Again, Dodgers are a split squad team, with the other team being home down at Camelback Ranch against the Cubs. Tucker, first pitch, that's right at the top of the zone, 4, strike 1. Tucker, of course, with the Cubs last season after having spent 7 years with the Houston Astros. Freeland at third now, Sinzel at second, Call at first. Infield playing the left-handed hitting Tucker to pull as Brand fires, and this one is rolled off of Tucker's foot. It rolls all the way out to Peterson playing first base today, but it's a foul ball. And Tucker behind in the count now. No balls and 2 strikes. If you hear the name Kyle Tucker and you're wincing because he's done some damage to the Rangers in the past, well, you're thinking correctly. 71 career games against Texas. And Tucker's career OPS against the Rangers at .931. Brand with the 0-2, and that one's hit into the air fairly deep left field. Langford peeling back to his right is in front of the track, squeezes it with both hands, and Tucker is the final out in the inning. So a nice job by Jonathan Brand to inherit a couple of runners and strand them. 3 are left. We go to the bottom of the second. 2-0 LA. This is Rangers Spring Training Baseball on the Rangers Radio Network.
In winter, you can't go to the ballpark and see a go-ahead home run. Can't witness a filthy strikeout or watch a Rangers walk-off. That's because there are only 2 seasons in the year, winter and baseball. So how do you win your winter? You get ready for baseball. 2026 Texas Rangers single game tickets are now on sale. Get your tickets today at Rangers.com. All for Texas.
The Whataburger Monterey Melt is back? You've got some nerve showing up here again, looking all delicious with your fresh all-beef patties, melty cheeses, grilled peppers and onions, and jalapeno ranch. When I want you, you're nowhere to be found. And now you're back? Aw, get in here. We just missed you, that's all. The Whataburger Monterey Melt is back for a limited time and harder to resist than ever. Download the app. What a burger!
With X the Cash scratch tickets from the Texas Lottery, you could multiply the cash by 30, 50, 100, or even 200 times. And when you multiply the cash, you multiply the celebration. With top prizes from $60,000 up to $1 million, it's the easiest way to multiply your luck or enter for a chance to win VIP experiences. Play X the Cash scratch tickets today. Must be 18 or older. Play responsibly.
Bottom half of the second inning, Rangers are down here 2-0, and Ezekiel Duran steps in to get it started for Texas. Duran, Canna, and then Wade coming up here against the left-hander Jackson Ferris, who had a really good season last year in the Texas League. First offering to Zeke's about 3 feet off the plate outside for ball 1. Zeke back in the box, open stance. Dodgers play him to pull in the infield. Here comes Ferris with the leg kick and the pitch, and Zeke lines one foul up onto the concourse, first base side. Levels the count here to a ball and a strike. Zeke getting a chance to start at second base here today. Here's the 1-1 breaking pitch, and Ferris snaps that in there for a strike. Make it a ball and 2 strikes. Ezekiel Duran, I don't want to say Kike Hernandez light, but kind of like that a little bit. Zeke can play just about everywhere. And with the news, this morning of Josh Young missing probably at least 10 days with an adductor strain, there's a bouncing ball foul on the third base side. Kind of start thinking about, okay, well, looking ahead, Skip Schumacher telling the media today he thinks that that's probably going to be right about that in terms of time that Josh misses. So he'll have still plenty of time later this spring to get ready for the regular season. This pitch down in the dirt behind the plate, 2-2 the count to Duran. But you start to thinking, okay, well, if Josh Young isn't there to play at third base, who fills in? And Ezekiel Duran certainly one of those guys. Josh Smith another. They both can play second, both can play third. But just looking back in Zeke's career, check swing here. That pitch is down. Did he go? No, on appeal. Full count here to Duran. Zeke has made more starts at third base than any other position during his time in the big leagues with the Rangers. He's made 101 starts at third base. Next most is at short. This pitch popped up, foul and out of play. Right side. So Zeke doing some battle here with Jackson Ferris. Ferris threw just 16 pitches in the first inning, but so far 7 in this AB with Duran. 3-2. And another souvenir. This one spun foul up onto the roof above the balcony section, up above the first base dugout. So we stay at 3 balls and 2 strikes with the ever-patient Mark Canha waiting in the on-deck circle. 3-2 off the top of the screen, and it spins back down onto the dirt circle around home plate. It almost hits home plate. Dalton Rushing, the catcher, picks that up. So we'll keep it at 3-2. Here comes Ferris. Curveball. Foul ball. Out of play. Concourse level. Right side. Ezekiel Duran providing souvenirs for everyone. You know, there are folks still coming into the ballpark. Nice little crowd developing here on this Saturday afternoon in Surprise. And a swing and a miss. Ferris decided to go to the fastball there, and he strikes him out. An 11-pitch strikeout.
33, Mark Canha.
We've said this before. Yeah, it's a strikeout, but that's quality at bat. If you're talking about a regular season game where a starting pitcher, especially early in the season, might be limited to 80, 85, 90 pitches at the most. If you make him throw 11 to you early in the ball game, that's going to limit the distance that he can go in the game. Here, Ferris lets a curveball get away from him, and it's ball 1 to the right-handed hitting Mark Canha. Just signed with the Rangers a couple of weeks ago, a minor league deal here in camp as a non-roster invitee. He looks at a big bending curveball for a strike, and the count now at 1 ball and 1 strike. Canha last year, 46 games with the Royals. Check swing, but this one just does nip the outside corner, and Canha taps his batting helmet. We are going to get a challenge here. And the ABS challenge system was something that was discussed with manager Skip Schumacher earlier this morning. Canha will win this challenge as that pitch is outside, and the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. And one of the things that Skip said is Canha swings and shoots one out into center. Pages coming into his left, he's there. Makes the catch right in front of the left side of his chest, and Canha is the second out. But Skip said that there's no real strategy for the Rangers during spring training as to when to challenge or if there are key situations or a certain count. He just wants guys to get used to the process, and if they feel like they should challenge a pitch, then to go ahead and do it. First offering to Tyler Wade is outside and low for ball 1. This next pitch, top of the zone for a strike. So 1-1 the count to the left-handed hitting Wade, 9-year big league veteran, most of that with the Yankees, most recently with the Padres. Ferris right back with the 1-1, and that breaking pitch is outside and low, and that'll make it 2 balls and a strike. Now, obviously, during the regular season, I think there'll probably be much more of a plan as to when you want to challenge. Wade swings and misses, and the count evens here at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, you certainly won't see 4 challenges in the first 2 innings of a game, as we've seen today.
Or the very first batter of the game, unless it's so blatantly obvious.
Yeah.
You know, the umpire, misses a pitch that's a foot off the plate. The 2-2 popped up foul, out of play, third base side. But looking back on data from Triple-A last year, it seems as though that the fielders were a little bit better in challenging than the hitters. Here's a slow roller that squeezes between Freeland and Espinal on the left side of the infield, and that's an opposite field rolling single into left here for Wade. So that one just found a spot. The shortstop Freeland was stationed up the middle. Espinal was well off the line, but he couldn't get far enough to his left to get to that one. So the Rangers have their first hit here this afternoon, a 2-out single by Tyler Wade. And we're now going to get a little meeting on the hill, and it looks like this is going to be all for the starting pitcher Jackson Ferris, making his second start this spring for L.A. He'll leave with a runner at first, 2 men out, bottom of the second, and the Rangers trailing 2-0. And as the new Dodger pitcher is summoned, we pause for this. This is Spring Training Baseball on the Rangers Radio Network.
In winter, you can't go to the ballpark and see a go-ahead home run. Can't witness a filthy strikeout or watch a Rangers walk-off. That's because there are only 2 seasons in the year, winter and baseball. So how do you win your winter? You get ready for baseball. 2026 Texas Rangers single-game tickets are now on sale. Get your tickets today at Rangers.com. All for Texas.
Hey Rangers fans, the 2026 MLB season is here, and SeatGeek has your ticket to all the Rangers action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of every home team win. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Rangers games or to any other live event in the greater Dallas area, SeatGeek has your seat. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of your Texas Rangers. Your ticket to the best game of your life. SeatGeek.
With extra cash scratch tickets from the Texas Lottery, you could multiply the cash by 30, 50, 100, or even 200 times. And when you multiply the cash, you multiply the celebration. With top prizes from $60,000 up to $1 million, it's the easiest way to multiply your luck or enter for a chance to win VIP experiences. Play extra cash scratch tickets today. Must be 18 or older. Play responsibly.
Left-hander Wyatt Crowell coming on the pitch here for the Dodgers. Tyler Wade, who is the runner at first, runs pretty well, has a big lead. Crowell looking right at him. The pitch to Jonah Bride over the inner half for strike one. Bride, right-handed hitter, playing at third today. Guy that's a corner infielder, spent some time, a pretty good deal of his time playing at first base in the big leagues. This breaking pitch in there from Crowell for a strike, nothing into the count. Bride a couple of seasons ago, a really nice year for Skip Schumacher and the Miami Marlins. Open stance back in the box. He's behind in the count here, 0-2. Crowell's pitch bounced to short. Freeland charges, comes up with it on the run. His throw to first in plenty of time. Bride the final out. In the bottom of the second, no runs a hit. Rangers leave a man. We move along to the third. It's 2-0 LA, and this is spring training baseball on the Rangers Radio Network.
Hey Rangers fans, the 2026 MLB season is here, and SeatGeek has your ticket to all the Rangers action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of every home team win. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Rangers games or to any other live event in the greater Dallas area, SeatGeek has your seat. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of your Texas Rangers. Your ticket to the best game of your life. SeatGeek.
Ever wondered what it takes to move all the gear to support 75 players, a dozen trainers, and a Palomino to Surprise, Arizona? PGL, Rangers captain, and all your Texas Rangers know that it's a big job, and PGL is proud to be the official team logistics partner.
Visit shippgl.com/Rangers or call 833-SHIP-PGL to talk with one of our experts to take care of your business. From Surprise to Singapore and everywhere in between, we'll get you in the game.
In winter, you can't go to the ballpark and see a go-ahead home run. Can't witness a filthy strikeout or watch a Rangers walk-off. That's because there are only 2 seasons in the year, winter and baseball. So how do you win your winter? You get ready for baseball. 2026 Texas Rangers single-game tickets are now on sale. Get your tickets today at Rangers.com. All for Texas.
Top half of the third inning, and it's the heart of the order due here for Los Angeles. Espinal, Rushing, and then Pages. And Jack Leiter comes back out to pitch. So Jack, threw 24 pitches in the first inning, gave up that 2-run home run to Rushing. And then in the second inning, threw 15 pitches to the first 3 batters. He was lifted in favor of the right-hander Jonathan Brand, who got the final 2 outs. Now Leiter back in to face Espinal, who takes a pitch outside for ball 1. So that's the 40th pitch thrown by Leiter here today. There is activity behind him out of the Ranger bullpen in right field. Carter Baumler is getting loose. Lots made of the Rule 5 pick and how impressive he's been so far this spring as Leiter misses. And the count at 2 balls and no strikes. Espinal last year, 114 games with the Reds. hit .243. More well known for his time with Toronto. Here he ducks, but the pitch not near him comes in high. And Leiter is behind now at 3-0. This is the fifth time that Leiter has gotten to ball 3 already today. The 3-0, a high strike over the inner half. So make it 3-1. Espinal was an all-star with the Blue Jays back in 2022. Terrific fielder. Swing and a miss here, though, as he chases a high fastball, and the count runs full. And he just signed a free agent deal with the Dodgers about a week and a half ago, in part due to the urging of his friend and former Blue Jay teammate and now Dodger teammate, Teoscar Hernandez. Not here today, back at Camelback. 3-2. And that pitch just a little bit off. Ball 4, quizzical look from Leiter, but no challenge requested here. So Espinal draws the walk on 6 pitches. And here comes Luis Urueta. And so that's going to be it. Leiter throws 45 pitches, and his work today is done. Just not the command that we saw, especially toward the end of the season last year from Jack. So runner on board at first, nobody out. Top of the third inning, 2-0 Dodgers. New pitcher coming on for the Rangers, and we believe it's Carter Baumler. And as Baumler warms up, we pause for this. This is spring training baseball on the Rangers Radio Network.
It's come down to this moment. Bottom of the ninth and 2 outs. The Rangers need a run.
The toughest moments call for strong support.
Pitcher quickly checks first base. And the pitch.
That's why people trust Globe Life.
Deep to right field. Back. It's out of here.
That's why millions of people trust Globe Life to help protect what matters most.
That's a big win for the Rangers.
Globe Life. Make tomorrow better.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Hello, everyone. This is Elvis Andrews, 2-time Major League Baseball All-Star and 2025 Texas Rangers Baseball Hall of Fame inductee. As a former Major League Baseball player, I understand the importance of having a strong team behind you. For over 40 years, Bailey & Gallion has been representing people just like you that have been injured on the job.
Call Bailey & Gallion today at 1-800-LAW-OFFICE. They'll help you get the treatment at no upfront cost to you. Pay no fees unless they win. Call now, 1-800-LAW-OFFICE.
Team up with Bailey & Gallion, the official law firm sponsor of the Texas Rangers, to solve your legal puzzle.
All right, right-hander Carter Baumler coming into pitch now for Texas. The 6'2", 195-pound 24-year-old has been one of the buzzing talking points of the spring as he is impressed. This is his third appearance here of the spring. He last pitched on Tuesday against the Diamondbacks, and the first pitch to Dalton Rushing results in a swing and a miss for strike one. Rushing a home run to center with a man on his first time up. Baumler in his 2 innings of work to date, no hits, no runs, no walks. He has struck out 3, and in those 2 innings he had thrown just 20 pitches. From the stretch, the right-hander works, the 1-strike offering, and that darts over into the zone, so the count 0-2. Baumler with an impressive fastball and curveball especially. And one of the reasons why he's an interesting story here this spring, he was a Rule 5 pick this past December. The Pirates took him in the Rule 5 draft from the Orioles. And then the same day after he was Rule 5, he was traded by the Pirates to the Rangers. So that Rule 5 attachment sticks, even though he's not with the team that took him in the Rule 5 draft. Here's a throw over to first. Espinal back to the bag. And so that means that in order for him to stay a Ranger, he has to make the opening day roster, and he needs to stay on the big league roster during the course of the season, or he has to be offered back to the Orioles. And here's a breaking pitch on the outside corner, a called third strike. And right there, one of the talking points about Carter Baumler is very good curveball, and he has supreme command of it right now.
Yeah, he started him off with a slider at the knees, came back with a curveball, and then finished him off with yet another curveball. All the while, he's waiting for a fastball, never got it.
So 1 on, 1 out. Here's Andy Pages, and Pages looks at a pitch that's outside for ball 1. So anyway, some excitement around this young right-hander who last year pitched for 3 different clubs in the Orioles farm system. Most of that time spent with Aberdeen in A-ball, where he put up a 2.45 ERA. This pitch at the top of the zone for a strike, and the count now at 1 ball and 1 strike. So a guy with no AAA experience and very little experience at the AA level, with an opportunity to make the big league club. This pitch is down, but covered up nicely there by Jansen, and the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Spring Training Baseball on the Rangers Radio Network.
Your home of Texas Rangers baseball. KRLD-FM and HD1 Dallas-Fort Worth. We are 105.3 The Fan.
Throw over to first, and Espinal back to the bag safely. Baumler last year at the AA level, just 6 appearances, 7 2/3 innings. And this offering a little away, and the count to Pages, who struck out back in the first, moves to 3 balls and 1 strike. Pitching for Aberdeen, the high A affiliate of the Orioles, he put up a 2.45 ERA in 20 outings. Pages asked for time here, and he steps out. Baumler, originally a 5th-round pick of the Orioles, coming out of high school in West Des Moines, Iowa, back in 2020. Here's a bouncer, and that one will make its way past Wade and out into left field. A bouncing single to left here for Andy Pages. That chases Espinal up to second.
Shortstop number 76.
Runners at first and second with 1 out. And that brings up Alex Freeland, the switch hitter, who nearly homered his first time up, doubled off the top of the wall out in right center field. So 2 on, 1 out, 2-0 Dodgers lead. We're in the top of the 3rd. Glad to have you along for Ranger baseball on this hot Saturday afternoon. And surprise, as Baumler's fastball rides in high here. That came in at 96. Ball 1 to Freeland. Freeland, a 3rd-round pick of the Dodgers back in 2022, coming out of the University of Central Florida. The 1-0. That's outside. So Baumler falls behind here in the count at 2 balls and no strikes. Freeland with his 2nd inning double. Now 3 for 10 this spring, plus 5 walks. So he's been getting on base with regularity. Tough spot here. Baumler behind at 2-0. The pitch, and that's whacked out into left field. Langford going back on this. He stops, reaches up, makes the one-hand grab, fires it back in toward 3rd. That'll keep Espinal at 2nd. So Freeland with a fly ball out. 2 down in the inning. Nick Senzel will be the batter. Of course, we haven't mentioned Brandon Nimmo's name yet. The Rangers acquiring Nimmo in the offseason from the New York Mets, and Nimmo doing what he's done in recent seasons, and that's sort of starting his action in spring training games a little bit later. Has not seen action yet. Here's Senzel, who walked his first time up, and Baumler spins one just a little bit out of the zone here for ball 1. But at least the talk early on is that Nimmo will start in right field, Evan Carter in center, and Wyatt Langford in left. We saw Wyatt both in left and center last season. This pitch is up and in, and it spins Senzel out of the box, and Baumler is falling behind in the count here at 2-0. But with what we saw from Wyatt Langford in the outfield last year, whether he was in left, whether he was in center, the way he played, how strong his arm is, I think he could also play in right, too. This pitch comes in high. And Baumler behind on the count here to Senzel at 3 balls and no strikes.
Nimmo was primarily a left fielder for the Mets last year. And Skip didn't waste any time saying that Nimmo would play right field and the other two would figure out left and center.
3-0 pitch. And Baumler is upstairs with that one, ball 4. So 2 walks this inning, 4 walks issued by Ranger pitching so far this afternoon. And the Dodgers have them loaded here. They had them loaded with 2 men out in the second. Kyle Tucker flied out to deep left field. But they're chock full here for Ward. Ward flied out to left his first time up. Remember, again, the 2025 PCL MVP batting here for the Dodgers. And Baumler curves him for strike 1. Ward 122 runs batted in last season. Left-handed hitter. He's got Espinal at third, Pajes at second, Senzel at first. This pitch is lined and caught by the shortstop, Tyler Wade, making a leaping grab to steal a base hit from Ward and to keep 2 runs off the board. What a terrific catch by Tyler Wade to take that hit away from Ward. No runs, a hit, 3 are left, 2.5 complete. It remains 2-0 Dodgers. This is Rangers Spring Training Baseball on the Rangers Radio Network.
Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. We'll admit, we've already thrown in the towel on the New Year's resolution.
But one healthy new habit we're sticking with is Active Liver from New Nordic. Did you know your liver works around the clock processing food, sugar, alcohol, and everyday toxins? All things that can really impact your health.
That's why daily support matters. Active Liver is designed to help protect normal liver function and support your body's natural detox process.
Active Liver is available online at Amazon or in stores at CVS, Meijer Grocery, Wegmans, and now at your local GNC.
With Quick Trip's new $3 Dealicious combo, choose from over 53,200 breakfasts. Get any breakfast taco or sausage biscuit. Wait, condiments. You can choose from over 17,300,548 breakfast combos. Get any breakfast taco or sausage biscuit with a Lil Q drink or small coffee. Hold up, what about creamers, syrups, 2 types of ice? With Quick Trip's new $3 Dealicious combo, you have a lot of options. Only for a limited time, only at QT.
Bottom half of the third, top of the order due here for Texas. Rangers are trailing here 2-0, and we have a new pitcher in the ballgame now for the Dodgers in left-hander Cole Irvin, who spent all of last season in Korea, but enough of a resume in the big leagues, and you probably remember him with his time in Oakland. He pitched for the A's in both 2021 and 2022, but he's also pitched for the Phillies and the Orioles and the Twins at the big league level. We're trying to hook on here with the Dodgers, and he spins Evan Carter out of the box. That pitch almost hit Evan, ball 1. So Evan getting a chance to face another lefty pitcher. So far this spring, Carter 0 for 2 against lefties, but now with 2 walks. This one right down the middle for a strike, and that evens the count here. 2 1 and 1 strike. Irvin last pitched in the big leagues 2 seasons ago, most of that with the Orioles. 25 appearances and 16 starts with Baltimore. Here's a pop-up off the bat of Carter out into very shallow left field. Freeland is called off here by the left fielder Call, who makes the catch for out number 1.
And anytime Evan Carter bats against a lefty, there'll be a little more focus as Evan tries to win at bats against lefties, having been primarily a platoon player.
Yeah, we saw him, one of his outs last weekend was a line drive out, rocketed out into right field. This one, though, a pop-up into shallow left. Here's Wyatt Langford now, and he looks at strike 1. Wyatt flied out to deep right his first time up. Irvin also made 4 relief appearances for the Twins last season. His big league ERA last year was 5.11. The left-hander pitches, and Wyatt rips it foul, almost hitting the third base umpire. That ball hitting foul about 3 or 4 feet of the line near the umpire. I think that's Nestor Seja umpiring at third right now. And the count to Langford at 0-2. Irvin, a nod, a leg kick, and the pitch, and he misses badly low and outside. That'll make it a ball and 2 strikes. When he was pitching every day for Oakland, he really didn't miss a turn on the rotation the 2 years he was with the A's. And we saw him a lot those 2 seasons. The 1-2. Chopped slowly on the left side, charged by Espinal. Picks it up with the glove and wings it across in time. Nice play by Santiago Espinal. Again, a terrific defender. He gets more playing time in the middle infield positions, but playing at third today, that's a nice charge and throw to get the out. So 2 down in the inning. That'll bring up Jock Peterson. Back in 2021, Irving led the American League with 15 losses. And 32 games started. He was 10-15 with a 4.24 ERA. Throws this one over the outside corner for strike 1. And then the following year, 2022, he was 9-13, but had an ERA below 4 at 3.98 and threw 181 innings that season for Oakland. The 0-1 lifted high and out of play left side, and the count 0-2. When we think about the A's of the past, we don't have to hesitate in saying Oakland. They were Oakland.
They were.
Yeah. We were in Oakland watching those games. 0-2 pitch. That just missed, and Dalton Rushing taps his helmet.
Boy, he wasted no time.
So let's see.
Irvin was on his way off the mound.
Yep. And that pitch was high.
They're out.
So they're done in the 3rd inning. Dan Bellino, the plate umpire, here today. That'll be that. Remember, it's not the batter's stance that determines the top and the bottom of the strike zone. It's the batter's official height and a percentage of that height at both the bottom and the top. This pitch is low for sure. And the count 2-2. At the bottom of the zone is 27% of the batter's height, and the top of the zone, it's not 53% of the batter's height, it's 53.5% of the batter's height. So it doesn't matter how far a batter crouches or bends or whatever. That's something that's just built into the system based upon his height. And this pitch is in there for a called 3rd strike. Dan Bellino with a very, very slow strike 3 call. Jock Peterson's halfway to the dugout before he finishes that mechanic. Rangers go in order here against Irvin. And we move along to the 4th. Dodgers 2, Rangers 0. This is spring training baseball on the Rangers Radio Network.
With Quick Trip's new $4 Deal-Licious combo, choose from over 98,303 lunches. Choose one of 18 QT drinks, any roller grill item. Oh, did I calculate sauces? 504,685 lunch combos. Choose one of 18 QT drinks, any roller grill item, and a bag of QT chips. Wait, there are multiple flavors. With Quick Trip's new $4 Deal-Licious combo, you have a lot of options. Only for limited time, only at QT.
For over 30 years, CertaPro Painters has been part of countless memories. Every wall tells a story, and we've been proud to help write them. We are more than just your local painters, with care, craftsmanship, and certainty. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home, beautifully painted and worry-free. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy. Get started today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
When you open a Corona, you hear the sounds of wherever you are a little differently. A little more Corona. And you think to yourself, why am I just listening? Corona, La Playa awaits. Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
We are in the clubhouse, on the field, and more. Nobody covers Rangers baseball like your home of the Rangers. 105.3 The Fan.
Carter Baumler back on the mound for the 4th inning. Dodgers on top here, 2-0 in surprise. The Rangers make a change at first base. Nick Pratto is in, and Jock Peterson is done for the afternoon. Zach Earhart first up for the Dodgers, righty against righty, and Baumler misses upstairs, ball one.
And we have one other change, too. I'm a little surprised. Alejandro Osuna is now in center field for Evan Carter. Alejandro, I thought he said he was going over to Scottsdale today, but I guess he's going tomorrow to join Team Mexico.
Or maybe after the game. As Baumler comes in with a breaking ball for a strike, and the count is 1-1. Osuna and Robert Garcia both to play for Mexico in the World Baseball Classic. Earhart popped out his first time up. Baumler works from the stretch, from the belt to the plate, and it's high for a ball. You know, talking about the Rule 5 draft and the fact the Rangers traded for him from the Pittsburgh Pirates, he was the 5th player picked in the Rule 5 draft, and these trades are arranged ahead of time, ahead of the draft. The pitch is outside. The Rangers, for example, made a deal ahead of time with the Pirates that if Baumler was still available when the Pirates pick came, which was the 5th pick in the Rule 5 draft, they would take him and trade him to the Rangers. And the Rangers traded a prospect to get him named Hicks Garcia, a Venezuelan pitcher who's just 21 years old. The pitch is rolled out to third, corner to corner, Bride to Prado. And Earhart is retired as Baumler recovers and gets Earhart from behind in the count. And there's one out in the 4th. The Dodgers leading 2-0 on a first-inning homer by Dalton Rushing. So Baumler was the 5th player picked in the draft. The Rangers couldn't pick that high in the draft, and they feared that Baumler would not be available when the Ranger pick came around. In the second half of the draft, had the Rangers made a pick. As it turned out, the Rangers didn't make a pick at all. There were only 13 players selected. And here is Call, the right-handed batter, taking inside. He has flied out and walked. He's the leadoff hitter for L.A. today. And the breaking ball is a strike, 1-1. And 13 players picked, and every now and then there's a player picked who actually has some big league experience. The Twins, with the pick right ahead of Baumler, took catcher Daniel Suzak, former Oakland Athletic. There's a swing and a fly to short center field, and on comes Osuna to grab it. A left-handed thrower heaves it back in, and there are 2 away. Suzak, former first-round pick by the A's, and the brother of Andrew Suzak, who has had big league time.
He was picked by the Giants, wasn't he?
Yeah. So 2 outs, and here's Kyle Tucker. Tucker, the DH today, hit a smash to the mound that Leiter knocked down and turned it to an out in the first inning. Fly to left in the second. 2 runs, 4 hits for the Dodgers. No runs, 1 hit for the Rangers. Here comes Baumler, and the pitch is over the outside corner for a strike. It is 0-1. Baumler leans way in and dangles his right arm at the side. The baseball almost touching the ground. He comes back to the plate with a strike. He gets ahead on this hitter with a slow curve, and the count is 0-2. So shooting for a 1-2-3 inning. Here comes the pitch. A swing and a hot shot foul past first base. Baumler came on, in the 3rd inning after Espinal drew a walk against Leiter. And Baumler gave up a single and a walk in the inning, but was rescued from possible heavy damage on Tyler Wade's leaping grab of the liner off the bat of Ryan Ward with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the 3rd. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball a little bit low, and Tyler Wade is an interesting guy to watch this spring. You know, he's fighting for a spot on the bench, and he's a left-handed hitter, whereas people like Michael Hellman, Ezekiel Duran are right-handed batters. Cody Freeman, but he's going to be out for a while, so he doesn't figure in anymore. The pitch is outside. Haggerty, of course, is a switch hitter. When you're thinking about the versatility of players who could make up the bench, Mark Canha, you would figure, has a very good shot to be one of the bench players. With the Rangers having signed him as a non-roster player, they didn't sign him with the idea of him playing at AAA.
At the age of 37.
Yeah, I don't think so. And, of course, Canha can play first base and give the Rangers some backup behind Jake Berger with experience at first base. The pitch is high and inside. Of course, Duran has played over there a little bit. Jock Peterson has played there a little bit and is getting playing time in spring training. Count is full on Kyle Tucker with 2 outs, nobody on. 2-0 Dodgers. And the pitch is looped in the air to left. That's a base hit. An inside-out swing off a curveball. Tucker just jogs on down to first with a 2-out single. The Dodgers with hits in every inning, a total of 5 in the ballgame. And here comes Luis Urrueta, and we are going to have another pitching change. So it'll be the 4th Ranger pitcher of the afternoon, as Urrueta points to the bullpen down the right field line. Dodgers lead 2-0 here in the top of the 4th, and with a break in the action, let's pause for these messages on the Rangers Radio Network.
At Comerica Bank, we've helped build some of America's most iconic companies. Now, we're bringing that same professional-grade expertise to today's builders. The kitchen table entrepreneurs, the first-time storefronts, and late-night dreamers with big ambitions. Because banking built for success shouldn't just be for big business. It should be for anyone building something that matters. Let's build something together at Comerica.com/succeed. Comerica Bank, a division of Fifth Third Bank N.A., member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
With Quick Trip's new $3 Delicious Combo, choose from over 53,200 breakfasts. Get any breakfast taco or sausage biscuit. Wait, condiments. You can choose from over 17,300,548 breakfast combos. Get any breakfast taco or sausage biscuit with a Lil Q drink or small coffee. Hold up, what about creamers, syrups, 2 types of ice? With Quick Trip's new $3 Delicious Combo, you have a lot of options. Only for a limited time, only at QT.
Everyone has a horizon, the line you can't see past. Before it, the familiar. Beyond it, the unknown. Enter the Lexus GX. It's designed to be capable. It's designed to be luxurious. But most of all, it's designed to get you past your horizon. And the nice thing about horizons is that once they're crossed, there's always another, patiently waiting its turn. Live up to it. The Lexus GX. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
27-year-old right-hander Ben Anderson is the new Ranger pitcher. 13th round pick out of the University of Binghamton back in 2019, and the twin brother of the Braves pitcher Ian Anderson, who was a big factor in their World Series winning season in 2021. He'll face Espinal, the right-handed batter. A runner at first, 2 outs in the 4th, and the pitch is on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Anderson wearing the number 40, Jeff Russell's old number. And wears long sleeves, works off the first base side of the rubber. Divided last year between Frisco and Round Rock. Anderson stands erect on the mound, kicks and delivers. The pitch is in the dirt, scoots away from Jansen. Runner breaks to second and goes back, as Tucker thought better of it. It's a ball and a strike. Rangers with Texas in white block letters across the front of their blue jerseys. Dodgers with Dodgers in their white logo script across the front, with numerals in red just below it on the left side of the jersey. The pitch is swung on line to third. Off the glove of Bride. It skitters out into left field. There's a play at third base. The pitcher covering, and the throw in time. And out at third base is Kyle Tucker to end the inning. Very alert play by the pitcher there, Ben Anderson, to get over and cover third with the second baseman and the shortstop both chasing the ball down and left. That ball should have been caught in the air. But the Rangers get an out on it and end the inning. And we're going to the bottom of the 4th with the Dodgers leading the Rangers 2-0 on the Rangers Radio Network.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
Puka, Bella, I'm sure you've noticed some changes.
Who are you talking to?
I'm just practicing for when I have to tell the dogs about the twins. You know, because they'll...
Be fine in the spacious third row seat.
But the twins...
Can sleep peacefully thanks to the rear manual sunshade.
And what about the...
Extra cargo space for strollers and dog beds?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Can we go to the hospital now? The contractions are getting closer.
The 3-row Lexus TX. Because everyone should feel like the center of the universe. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
At Comerica Bank, we've helped build some of America's most iconic companies. Now, we're bringing that same professional-grade expertise to today's builders. The kitchen table entrepreneurs, the first-time storefronts, and late-night dreamers with big ambitions. Because banking built for success shouldn't just be for big business. It should be for anyone building something that matters. Let's build something together at Comerica.com/succeed. Comerica Bank, a division of Fifth Third Bank N.A. Member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
It's the Dodgers 2 and the Rangers nothing as we hit the bottom of the fourth inning. Jansen, Haggerty, and Durant to do the swinging against the Dodger lefty Cole Irvin. Irvin lifts the leg, around comes the arm, and the first pitch floats in there for a strike over the inside corner. Jansen, right-handed batter, grounded out to second base. His first time up. He's hitting cleanup today. Here comes Irvin, and the pitch is outside. Irvin, not a hard thrower. He's always been more of a control pitcher. He comes back to the plate, and there's a swing and a ground ball right back to Irvin. He snags it right off the top of the rubber. And Jansen is an easy out. There's one away. And Sam Haggerty coming out. Haggerty grounded out to short his first time up.
That was a nifty little pick there by Irvin. Sharp comebacker, but had no trouble with it.
Irvin, 31 years old, out of the University of Oregon. Here's a pitch very high and outside to Haggerty. Irvin with 28 big league wins, 40 losses, and a 4.54 ERA over 134 big league appearances for the Phillies, the A's, the Orioles, and the Twins. There's a swing by Haggerty and a towering foul down the right field line, and that will reach the seats with Earhart in pursuit. He had a year with Oakland where he went 10-15 with a 4.24 earned run average, and Jack Leiter had one of those years last year with double figures in both wins and losses. You don't see that much anymore now that starting pitchers don't go that deep in games and teams use 5 or even 6-man rotations. The pitch is down low. It used to be you'd see maybe 3 pitchers per staff who had double-figure wins and losses. Here's a swing. There's a drive deep to left by Haggerty. Going way back is Call at the wall. That ball is history. Sam Haggerty hits it right over the 379 sign. Gets the Rangers on the board with his first home run of the spring. It's 2-1 Dodgers.
Rangers have been picking it up in the home run department here recently. They got off to a slow start, but this spring, that's home run number 7 for the ball club and the first for Haggerty.
Haggerty now 7 RBIs among the major league leaders in runs batted in. Here's Zeke Duran. He struck out in an 11-pitch battle his first time up against the starter Jackson Ferris. And Irvin's pitch is a strike over the outside corner. Now, Irvin is no stranger to giving up home runs. He gave up 25 in one year with Oakland and 23 the season where he went 10-15. He comes to the plate and misses. And the count at a ball and a strike. Irvin rears back, throws, and that one is skied to left center field. There's a play for Pajes, gliding into the alley in left center, and the center fielder puts it away. There are 2 outs in the fourth. The Dodgers on top 2-1, and here is Mark Canha. Canha wearing the number 33 in camp with the Rangers. A very late signee. Canha, a Cal Berkeley Bear in his college days. Made his major league debut 11 years ago in 2015. Here's the pitch. There is a strike over the inside corner, and the count is 0-1. Canha has made his living off left-handed pitching. 0-1. Here comes the pitch. There's a strike over the outside corner, and Canha taps the helmet, looking for an ABS challenge. Up on the board, we get the picture. And the pitch was a strike. It just barely touched the outside corner. The vast majority of the ball was off the plate, but just a tiny sliver of it touched the outside corner. So the Rangers lose a challenge. They're down to their last one. And the pitch to Canna is swung on and missed. And that retires the side. 1 run for the Rangers on the Haggerty blast. We're going to the 5th. It's 2-1 Dodgers on the Rangers Radio Network.
Texas knows tradition, and this March a new one hits the streets. You've seen touchdowns and home runs, but nothing like IndyCar speed ripping through Arlington, Texas. Fearless drivers, crowds loud enough to match 700 horsepower. It's an action-packed weekend filled with concerts, entertainment, and racing. Kids 12 and under get in free, so bring the whole crew. The first ever Java House Grand Prix of Arlington is coming. This isn't our first rodeo, just our fastest. Get your tickets at gparlington.com.
Hello, everyone. This is Elvis Andrews, 2-time Major League Baseball All-Star and 2025 Texas Rangers Baseball Hall of Fame inductee. As a former Major League Baseball player, I understand the importance of having a strong team behind you. For over 40 years, Bailey & Gallion has been representing people just like you that have been injured on the job.
Call Bailey & Gallion today at 1-800-LAW-OFFICE. They'll help you get the treatment at no upfront cost to you. Pay no fees unless they win. Call now, 1-800-LAW-OFFICE.
Team up with Bailey & Gallion, the official law firm sponsor of the Texas Rangers, to solve your legal puzzle.
Hey kids, it's time to step up to the plate and join the Junior Rangers. You'll get your very own kit sponsored by Golden Chick. It includes a Rangers baseball cap, backpack, youth jersey, stainless steel water bottle, and a fan chain with bling badge. Junior Rangers also receive 4 digital ticket vouchers to select Ranger home games. Don't forget to bring your fan chain and badge to get 15% off discount in the team store and front of the line access to the Kids Run the Bases at Sunday home games. Sign up now at rangers.com/Junior Rangers and be part of the club.
Here comes the 5th inning, and here comes right-hander Michelle Otañez to pitch for Texas. Otañez wearing long sleeves, and the number 63 was in 6 games with the Athletics last year, 36 for Oakland the year before. Was claimed off waivers by the Rangers in November, and he is on the 40-man roster. 28-year-old righty from the Dominican, goes 6'4". Features a light blue fielder's glove, works from a high set. Dalton Rushing first up, swings and tops one foul on the first base side. And the count is 0-1 on Dalton Rushing. His 2-run homer, the difference in the ballgame. He hit that in the first inning off Jack Leiter, just to the left of dead center. Rushing then struck out in the 3rd inning, facing Carter Baumler. Nice outing for Baumler, an inning and 2/3 scoreless. But again, largely due to the great play that Tyler Wade made with the bases loaded. The pitch is outside and high, and the count to Rushing is a ball and a strike. Otañez following Leiter, Brand, Baumler, and Anderson to the mound today. There's a swing and a miss. Anderson facing one batter, giving up what was scored a single. It should have been scored an error, but was scored a single off the glove of Bride, and the Rangers got the out on the bases on that play to end the inning.
He just had to lean a bit to his left. It was a line drive, but it should have been caught.
It was hit at 104, but well within his range. Here's Otañez throwing, and it's smashed to the right of the second baseman Durant, who dives and can't get it. Wicked line drive off the bat of Dalton Rushing. And he is aboard to start the 5th inning. The Dodgers with hits in every inning, a total of 7 in the game. They've out-hit the Rangers 7-2, outscored them 2-1. And here is Andy Pages. Pages has struck out looking and had a ground ball single. Pages bats out of a slightly open stance, very deep in the box. The bat held almost straight up and down, and then he loads up behind his ear. Runner at first, nobody out. The pitch is a bit inside, and it's ball 1 to Pages, with Alex Freeland waiting on deck. In the Dodgers' other game today, they are trailing the Chicago Cubs 1-0 in the top of the 6th inning over at Camelback Ranch. Here comes the pitch, swing and a miss. And the count is 1-1. The Rangers were at Camelback yesterday, lost to the White Sox 3-1. White Sox and Dodgers sharing that facility. A ball and a strike. Otañez a glance over his left shoulder, then comes set, pushes off, comes home, and whips that one in for a strike at 97.7 miles an hour to Pages. And the count at a ball and 2 strikes. Ranger infield a double play depth with Duran toward the middle at second and Wade cheating one step toward the bag at short. The pitch is way outside. The count at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Andy Pages. Otania is ready. Here comes the pitch. Just missed with a slider. That one coming in at 84. So make it a 3-ball, 2-strike count.
10th time today Ranger pitchers have gotten to ball 3 in the count.
Boy, it's been a boatload of pitches so far. Here's the pitch, and a swing and a miss. And down goes Pages. Fastball at 97. And there's one out here in the top of the 5th. Dodgers with a 2-1 lead. Alex Freeland coming up. Freeland playing shortstop today. That is the job held by Mookie Betts in the regular year for the Dodgers. Unless they move him again. Freeland has doubled and flied to left. Second base is a position where the Dodgers aren't quite sure what will be going on. Tommy Edman not ready to play. Hee-Sung Kim is with the Korean team in the WBC. And there's a low fastball that gets away from Jansen, goes to the backstop, and moves rushing down to second base on a wild pitch. Dodgers with a 2-1 lead, now with a man in scoring position. Well, that one missed badly down and in under the shoes of the switch hitter batting left. Otania has a check of second. And comes home. And he missed inside with a slider.
And another factor in that Dodgers second base decision, Kike Hernandez is not available. He had elbow surgery back in November. He's definitely not playing for Puerto Rico in the WBC. Could miss a month, maybe 2 of the season.
And they have Miguel Rojas, versatile player, is always around. Here's a swing and a bouncer to first. On the rim of the infield, Prado takes it and outruns the batter to the bag for the second out of the inning. Rushing moves over to third with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Nick Senzel. Senzel has walked in both of his plate appearances. Senzel ostensibly fighting for a bench spot and could get some playing time at second base if those other guys aren't ready. If they are, he is destined for Triple-A again, you'd think. Playing at the age of 30 now. Former University of Tennessee standout. Rushing at third, 2 outs. Top half of the 5th inning. On a hazy day in Surprise. The pitch is inside for ball 1. There's no wind at all at the moment. We had a breeze blowing out earlier in the game, but not right now. The flags are hanging limp. Temperature has gone up to 89 degrees. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a strike. You know, Matt, you talked about last week when it was the so-called high sky without clouds in the sky. Mm-hmm. And today, very different. Is this a low sky?
This is a perspective sky.
Medium altitude sky. Here's a pitch just outside. 2-1. The Oakland Coliseum was the ballpark where we used that phrase most often. High sky.
Yeah, a lot of clear days in Oakland.
2 balls, 1 strike. Rushing down the line from third. And here's the pitch. There's a swing and a high drive well hit down the left field line. Langford just watching this one. It is fair and it is gone. That's a long home run for Nick Senzel with a man aboard. And the Dodgers increase their lead to 4-1.
Yeah, for Nick Senzel, just never really caught on in Cincinnati, playing either in the infield or the outfield. Just too many injuries, not enough consistency at the plate. Hoping perhaps that there's still something there in the tank that can get him back to the big leagues and in a productive way.
So Otania surrenders the 2-run homer. Senzel has 40 big league homers in about 450 games, so 3 seasons worth of play if he were a regular. And now here's Ward, and he lofts one out to deep left center field. On the run is Osuna, and as he steps onto the cinders, he makes the catch in deep left center field to retire Ward and the Dodgers in the top of the fifth. But they get 2 runs on 2 hits, including the home run by Senzel. And midway through the ball game, it's the Dodgers 4 and the Rangers 1 on the Rangers Radio Network.
Just because the Texas Rangers are in action doesn't mean you have to sit in the dugout. At Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, you can bring your A game to our array of thrilling table games. Experience edge-of-your-seat excitement at over 7,000 slot machines. Or grab an ice-cold beer at one of our sports bars the next time the Rangers suit up. Get your game on at Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, official partner of the Texas Rangers.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Big right-hander Will Klein takes over on the mound. Dodgers working with a 2-1 lead after 4.5 innings. Klein had 5 scoreless innings in the World Series last year, including 4 in that 18-inning game the Dodgers and Blue Jays played. Tyler Wade first up for the Rangers. Left-handed batter against the righty. And the pitch is a strike on the inside corner to Wade, who had a ground ball single his first time up. Wade with a sensational defensive play already today. He's an exciting player to watch with a lot of speed. Here's the pitch. Swung on and looped in the air to center. That's another base hit for Wade. He is now 8 for 13 this spring.
Is that good?
And perhaps he is opening some eyes. He would give the Rangers the speed element off the bench. He had 17 stolen bases with the Yankees back in 2021 as a part-time player. A good bunter, too, as I recall. And here is Jonah Bride, playing third today. Right-handed batter, grounded out to short his first time. 8 hits for the Dodgers, 3 for the Rangers, and a 4-1 Dodgers lead. Here's the pitch, and that's off the plate outside. Will Klein listed at 6'5" and 230 from Bloomington, Indiana, out of Eastern Illinois University. Last year, a 2.35 ERA over 14 regular season games. And then the postseason heroics for Klein. Here's the pitch. There's a strike over the outside corner. Big right-hander wearing long blue sleeves underneath the blue jersey. Dodgers on the front of that blue cap with the white brim have a stylized D. They don't have the LA on the spring training cap. They've got a D on there. The pitch is outside for a ball. The count is 2-1 on Jonah Bride. The set. The pitch. That's very high. You may recall the Rangers had a Klein pitching for them years ago. Phil Klein. From what we can tell, he is not kin to Will Klein. Phil and Will, but not related from what we can tell.
Although Phil Klein's middle name was William.
Ooh. Both from the same part of the country, both from the upper Midwest.
Phil Klein was a big guy. He was 6'7".
Yeah, I remember he was hulking. There's a throw to first, and it gets away. And Tyler Wade will go down to second base. He'll hold there. An errant pickoff throw by Will Klein moves Wade into scoring position. Wade, as we talk more about him and his outside chance to make the club as an on-roster player, he's never hit much in the big leagues. A .216 career hitter with 7 home runs. But as a role player, situational type hitter, he could really help you in places, and a very good defender, and as we've discussed, a really good runner.
And a guy who can play multiple positions in the field.
Now we get a quick mound visit from the catcher, Dalton Rushing, with a runner at second base, perhaps changing up the signs a bit. 3-ball count. And the pitch is a strike on the outside corner to Bride. It's 3-2 now on Jonah Bride, with Alejandro Osuna waiting on deck for his first at-bat of the day. Klein working at his own pace here. He's taking some time. Pitch on the way, and the check swing gets away from the catcher, and that's going to allow Bride to get to first base, as Rushing apparently got shaken up as the ball went by him. Might have gotten a piece of him, but it wasn't fouled off. And that'll be a strikeout wild pitch. The runner going over to third. The umpires are going to confer on whether that was a swing by Bride or perhaps a foul ball. As of now, it's just a wild pitch and a strikeout, and that's how it is going to remain after the 4 umpires convene in front of the mound and talk it over. So it's first and third and nobody out for Osuna, with the Rangers trailing 4-1, and the tying run is at the plate. A single, an error, and a strikeout wild pitch. And here comes Mr. Excitement, Alejandro Osuna. Really opened some eyes last year in spring training. The set. The pitch to Osuna, the left-handed batter from Mexico, and he takes low for ball 1. Osuna seemingly did something every game last spring to get noticed. This spring, 1 for 10 with a couple of runs batted in. He has walked 4 times. Here's the pitch. Osuna swinging a blast foul down the right field line. We launched that one down the line off a Will Klein cutter. Make it a ball and a strike. Shortstop Freeland way over toward the middle. They would gladly trade a run for 2 outs here. Wyatt Langford, the on-deck hitter. Bottom of the 5th inning. This one taking a while. He pitches a breaking ball low. Ranger games last year in the regular season averaged just over 2.5 hours per game. We're on a pace here to go about 3.5 hours today.
We went 3:08 last Sunday, I think. Oh, is it Sunday? Yeah. 3:08.
2 balls, 1 strike. The pitch, it's high. And it's 3-1 to Osuna, who backs away at the plate. Adjusts his blue batting gloves. He's got the pant legs pulled way up high. Bangs the bat on the plate and loads up. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. It's 3-2. Osuna asking the home plate umpire if he just swung at a strike or not. Full count. Wade at third and Bride at first. Klein the set. The payoff pitch. Breaking ball, strike 3 call. Osuna heads back to the dugout, carrying the bat by its barrel in his left hand. And there's one away for Wyatt Langford. This copyrighted broadcast is presented by authority of the Texas Rangers, may not be reproduced or transmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of the game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Rangers Baseball, LLC. Here's Langford, 0 for 2. He's flat out and grounded out, and he takes a strike. Nick Prato, the on-deck batter. First and third, 1 out. Dodgers 4, Rangers 1. Second half of the 5th inning. Klein set and delivers. Langford a swing and a high foul off to the right. shielding his eyes with his glove, the first baseman Ryan Ward, but that one's well back in the seats. And this ballpark is pretty full right now. The crowd is somewhat late arriving, and I guess that's fashionable LA style. The third base side is filled in very nicely.
Gets the game around the third, leaving the seventh.
0-2 pitch grounded to third, backhanded neatly over there. Long throw to first is in time to get Langford, and a run comes home. Nice play by Espinal, or that is not Espinal anymore. They've got a replacement over there at third base, I believe. And it's an RBI there for Wyatt Langford and a 4-2 Dodger lead as that play goes 5-3.
Yeah, he had to back up on that a little bit. It's Jake Geloff at third right now.
So Geloff for Espinal at third for the Dodgers, who lead 4-2. And now here is Nick Prado, the former Kansas City Royal. He took over for Jock Peterson, who was hit by a pitch and struck out looking. Peterson just hit by a very slow curve. Bryant at second with 2 outs. The 0-1 pitch to Prado is off the plate outside. And the count, a ball and a strike. Rangers and Dodgers in the regular season will meet in in Los Angeles this year. April the 10th to the 12th. There's a swing and a looping drive to left center. That falls for a base hit. Around third in to score his bride, Nick Prado with an RBI single. He has cut the margin to just 1. It's the Dodgers 4 and the Rangers 3.
He got a fastball, didn't get all of it, but got enough of it to loop it out into left center field. So that's a nice run to get with 2 men being out of the inning.
We've got a mound visit here, and this is a pitching coach, not the acting manager, Danny Lehman, and that does not appear to be their regular pitching coach, Mark Pryor. Prado's at first base with 2 outs, and Danny Jansen is the batter. 4-3 Rangers leading. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. We're back on the air tomorrow at 2 as the Rangers take on the Seattle Mariners in Peoria. Jacob Latz to go for Texas. Logan Gilbert on the hill for the M's. Rangers have a game this upcoming week against Team Brazil here on Wednesday, an exhibition for the WBC team from Brazil. We will not be broadcasting that. Here's the pitch, and a high fly ball right at the center fielder Pajes. Shields his eyes with his glove, moves 1 step to his left. He corrals it. Jansen is out, so are the Rangers, but with 2 runs in the inning on 2 hits and an error, and 1 man left. And after 5 complete, it's the Dodgers 4 and the Rangers 3 on the Rangers Radio Network.
In winter, you can't go to the ballpark and see a go-ahead home run. Can't witness a filthy strikeout or watch a Rangers walk-off. That's because there are only 2 seasons in the year, winter and baseball. So how do you win your winter? You get ready for baseball. 2026 Texas Rangers single-game tickets are now on sale. Get your tickets today at Rangers.com. All for Texas.
When you open a Corona, you hear the sounds of wherever you are a little differently. A little more Corona. And you think to yourself, why am I just listening? Corona, La Playa awaits. Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer, imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Luxor Staffing, official staffing partner of the Texas Rangers, has hundreds of open positions in warehouse distribution, manufacturing, and more. Come work with some of DFW's best employers. Great pay, excellent benefits, multiple shifts, and endless opportunities for promotion. Luxor has 10 convenient locations in DFW ready to find a perfect job for you. All Luxor offices have experienced bilingual professionals ready to help you now. Visit us online today at luxorstaffing.com and find the office closest to you. Apply today and work tomorrow for Luxor Staffing, DFW's premier staffing agency.
Wake up to the latest Rangers news, highlights, and opinions with Sean and RJ. Morning 6 to 10 on your home of Rangers baseball. 105.3 The Fan.
All right, top half of the sixth inning, and the Rangers have gotten back into this thing here, trailing 4-3. We get a new pitcher to start the sixth here, and right-hander Luis Curvelo. Curvelo made his big league debut with the Rangers last season. In fact, made that debut on July the 31st in a relief appearance against the Mariners in Seattle. In his second outing in that same series, he picked up the win in a Ranger extra inning triumph. The right-hander delivers low and inside here to Zach Earhart for ball one. 9-1-2 in the order due here for the Dodgers. Dodgers with a pair of two-run home runs. Dalton rushing in the first, Nick Senzel in the fifth. As Curvelo fires low, and the count now at 2-0. Rangers got a solo home run from Sam Haggerty in the fourth, and then in a messy bottom of the fifth, picked up a couple of runs to get to within one here. Next offering, Earhart takes for a strike, and the count now at 2-0. For Curvelo, this is his third appearance of the spring, his first since Tuesday, in an outing here against the Diamondbacks when he gave up a couple of runs in his one inning of work. This pitch is outside, and that'll make it 3-0. Curvelo, 25 years of age, native of Venezuela, works exclusively out of the stretch off the third base side of the rubber. And the pitch is ripped up the middle and into center field. A base knock for Earhart. So the leadoff single, and that gives the Dodgers a hit in every inning. Total of 9 hits on the afternoon. And then we'll go back to the top of the order now. And this is going to be Chris Newell, who came in the last half inning to play in left field. And we're going to get a pinch runner at first. Mike Sirota is going to run for Earhart. So Sirota now on board at first. So here's Newell now in place of Alex Call in the lineup. Newell, left-handed hitter with a swing and a miss for strike one. Call had flied out to center twice, and he had also drawn a walk. Curvelo throws a slider, a fastball, and a sinker. Will also mix in a change. This pitch gets fouled back. And the count now at 0-2. During his debut season last year with Texas, he made a total of 17 appearances and pitched to a 5.68 ERA. 19 total innings. 17 hits allowed, 10 walks, and 20 strikeouts. Here's a swing and a miss. And nice job by Curvelo there against Newell. It's the first out here in the top half of the sixth. Let's pause here 10 seconds for station identification. This is Spring Training Baseball on the Rangers Radio Network.
Your home of Texas Rangers baseball. KRLD-FM and HD1 Dallas-Fort Worth. We are 105.3 The Fan.
All right, Sebi Zavala, the batter. He came on as a pinch runner for Kyle Tucker in the fourth inning, and he swings here, and he fouls this one straight back for strike one. Well, Zavala last in the big leagues 2 seasons ago with the Mariners, playing 18 games with Seattle that year. This pitch fouled up and out of play right side, and the count now 0-2. He's also played for the White Sox and for a little bit in 2023. He also had some time with Arizona. Portions of 5 seasons in the big leagues for Zavala, who was born in Fort Hood, Texas. Played his college ball at San Diego State. Here's a swing, and the bat goes flying, and some apparatus goes flying away from Zavala, and he strikes out in a most embarrassing fashion. The bat ended up out near third base. So 2 down in the inning. For a second there, I thought that little, whatever that little white thing was that came away from Zavala was maybe a piece of the baseball, and he had fouled it off, but no, he swung and missed. And now Geloff, the batter, and he shoots one foul on the first base side for strike one. We do have some defensive changes for the Rangers. And a swing and a miss. Tell you what, that breaking pitch really fooling Geloff. And the count now at no balls and 2 strikes. We have Richie Martin Jr. now at third. Here's a swing and a miss by Geloff. I tell you what, Luis Crivello, pretty impressive after giving up that single to Earhart. He strikes 3 in a row out. And we'll go to the bottom of the 6th. The Rangers still trailing by a run, 4-3. This is spring training baseball on the Rangers Radio Network.
It's come down to this moment. Bottom of the 9th and 2 outs. The Rangers need a run.
The toughest moments call for strong support.
Pitcher quickly checks first base. And the pitch.
That's why people trust Globe Life.
Deep to right field. Back. It's out of here.
That's why millions of people trust Globe Life to help protect what matters most.
That's a big win for the Rangers.
Globe Life. Make tomorrow better.
Hall of Fame linebacker Mike Singletary is always cool under pressure.
Not always. Last summer, our AC went out and our house was hot. One of my cool friends recommended Baker Brothers at callbakernow.com. They came out, diagnosed the problem, and told us what they needed to do to fix it. They were professionals and did exactly what they said they were going to do. Wow.
If you need your AC repaired or replaced, go to callbakernow.com. Great service.
There's a big deal going on at Whataburger. Our new Big Ranch Wrap is just $3 with a crispy chicken strip, buttermilk ranch, cheese, and fresh veggies in a warm tortilla. Or for $4, go bigger with 5 premium Whata chicken bites. Or go bigger than big with a Bacon Cheese Whataburger Jr. with fresh 100% beef and melty cheese for just $5. Add fries and a drink for just $2.49. Now that's a big deal. The Whata Deal, now at What a Burger. For a limited time at participating locations. Download the app.
Bottom half of the 6th inning, and the Rangers are down here by a run, 4-3. New hurler in for the Dodgers in right-hander Carlos Duran. Duran, 24 years of age, from the Dominican Republic. Big guy, listed at 6'7" and 230 pounds. And Duran made his big league debut last year with the A's, appearing in just 1 game. So that's the extent of his major league experience. Here's Aaron Zavala now for Texas, standing in on the left side. He takes this pitch down low, 4-1. Zavala pinch hitting here for Sam Haggerty. There are some other changes in the field for the Dodgers. We'll get to those as we can here in the home half of the 6th. The 1-0 is hit with some topspin out into right, and it falls for a base hit. So Aaron Zavala on board here with a leadoff single.
Second baseman, number 20, Ezekiel Duran.
And that will bring up Ezekiel Duran. And we no longer live in an ordinary world, as we have the Duran-Duran matchup at the plate. I'm just trying to survive.
That's great.
Okay. Ezekiel Duran has struck out and flied to center 0 for 2. And Carlos Duran pops one over the bottom of the zone here for strike 1. Zeke embarking upon his 5th season at the big league level with the Rangers. And this pitch, slider, hits the inside corner for a strike. That's a well-thrown pitch there by Carlos Duran. He had Zeke moving out of the box, thinking that pitch was going to come close to hitting him. But he gets a called strike, and the count is 0-2. The 0-2, same slider over the inner half for a called third strike. That's a devilish pitch there, as he strikes out Ezekiel Duran on 3 straight pitches. It's the first out here in the bottom of the 6th, and it brings up Mark Canha. Carlos Duran last year spent most of the season at at Triple-A Las Vegas in the A system. Here he tries to bite that inside corner on Canna, and he misses for ball one. 37 appearances last year with Las Vegas, and Duran went 4-0 with a 5.25 ERA. About a strikeout per inning, but a lot of walks. 51 walks in 58 and a third as he misses low and inside. 2-0 the count. Canna flied out the center in the second, and then he struck out in the fourth. Canna now 3 for 12 this spring. And that strikeout in the fourth inning was his first strikeout in Cactus League play. Here's the 2-0. And that's down, so make it 3 balls and no strikes. Andrew Velasquez, who came on to play short in the top half of the sixth inning, is on deck right now for the Rangers. So 1 on, 1 out, bottom of the sixth. Rangers trailing here 4-3. The 3-0. And that missed. Ball 4. So Canna, who throughout his career has been a pretty decent judge of the strike zone. If you don't throw him strikes, he's not going to swing, and he draws the 4-pitch walk. Runners at first and second here. Mark Canna will be replaced by a pinch runner, and it looks like that might be Marcos Torres, who is coming in to run here for Canna at first.
Who's running at first base number 41, Marcos Torres.
And indeed, that is announced now by our public address announcer here in Surprise, Tony Rigsby, who also works as the public address announcer for the Durham Bulls during the regular season. All right, first and second, 1 out, tying run in scoring position. Go ahead run at first. And the batter, Andrew Velasquez, standing in on the left side. He'll take a pitch that's down and in here for ball 1. All right, some other changes for the Dodgers. I believe we mentioned to you that Chris Newell is now in left field. Jake Geloff at third base. It's a swing by Velasquez. He fouls one right off the end of his bat. And the count now at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Looks like Austin Gauthier is the second baseman.
All right, and Nelson Quiros is the catcher. Eduardo Quintero is out in center field. The 1-1. And that one's down and in from Duran. So make it 2 balls and 1 strike. And Mike Sirota, who pinch ran the last time the Dodgers were up, has remained in the game to play in right field. 2-1 the count to Velasquez. And here swinging a foul tip as that deflects off of Quiros, the catcher. And the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Well, the Rangers with the hit from Zavala here in the 6th inning now with 5 hits on the afternoon. The set by Duran and the 2-2. That's down and in, almost hit him in the back foot. He goes back to the slider. And the count to Velasquez is full. Richie Martin Jr. is on deck. Wind starting to work its way back into the picture. Slight breeze blowing out right now as Duran prepares the 3-2 offering, and here it is. It's ripped toward the right field corner, and that is a base knock, and it rolls all the way to the fence. Zavala is in to score. Torres hits the bag at third. Corey Ragsdale waving him home. Here comes the throw. He dives, and he scores. It's a 2-run double for Andrew Velasquez into the right field corner, and the Rangers now lead 5-4.
He jumped on a hanging breaking ball. Good speed there. Coming all the way around, Torres.
Yeah, I looked up thinking he was going to be midway between second and third, and he was about a stride from third. So he scores from first on the double. Big hit there for Andrew Velasquez. And that brings up Richie Martin Jr. His first chance to take his hacks here this afternoon, and he looks at a pitch that comes in low for ball 1. Maybe Carlos Duran just went to the slider one too many times. He had thrown a number of nifty ones but then just left that one up on a 3-2 pitch to Velasquez. And here's the 1-0. Martin swings, and he fouls it off right at the plate. And that'll even the count here to 1 ball and 1 strike. The Rangers scoring in each of the last 3 innings, trailing at one point in this game 4-1, now leading 5-4. So the lone base runner Velasquez at second, 1 out in the inning. Martin, right-handed hitter, open stance. Here's the 1-1, swing and a miss. Well, he took a rip at that slider, and the count now at a ball and 2 strikes. And then Velasquez trying to work his way back into the big leagues, last playing in the bigs with the Angels back in 2023. There's a pitch that's grounded foul left side. So the count will hold here at a ball and 2 strikes. Velasquez back in 2022 with the Angels appeared in 125 games. Most action that he's seen in the big leagues in any one season. This pitch on the outside corner for a called 3rd strike, but Martin has tapped his helmet. So we'll see. The Rangers have 1 challenge remaining. And the pitch just did hit the outside corner. Maybe 2% of the baseball was in the strike zone, but that's enough. And it's the 2nd out in the inning. And from what we have seen so far in the very few games that we've done, I think this is going to play out in the regular season. Essentially, whether or not a call is confirmed or overturned, a lot of times what we're seeing are strikes that are just like that, just barely strikes, as Alejandro Osuna looks at a pitch that's low and away for ball 1. And the ABS system effectively, to me, enlarges the strike zone. And so I think what we're going to see are more strikes for sure. And if you see more strikes, you're going to get more outs than you would have had otherwise. This pitch also low and outside. 2-0 the count. I don't think this is going to help the game offensively.
It doesn't seem like it.
The 2-0. That's on the inside corner for a strike. Osuna was called out on strikes in the 5th. So the Rangers have now lost their 2 challenges. The Dodgers lost their 2 challenges back in the 3rd inning. So we have no more challenges for the remainder of the game. This pitch on the outside edge for a strike, 2-2. And so the question is, during the regular season, do you, in a situation like that, now personally there, Martin didn't have anything to lose. The count was 1-2. It was a called strike. He was out. Had the call been reversed, and again, it was pretty close, then he could have stayed in the at-bat and perhaps, who knows what, gotten a hit to drive him in. Here, Osuna pounds one into right. That's a base knock. Velasquez coming around 3rd. He will score easily. RBI single to right for Alejandro Osuna, and it's now 6-4 Texas. So Osuna, in what we would imagine would be his last action before joining Team Mexico, gets an RBI single to right. Last action in terms of action today. And it looks like we're going to get a switch on the hill here. Carlos Duran knocked around. He's given up 3 runs so far here in the 6th. So Rangers are up 6-4. They've got Osuna at first, 2 men out. New pitcher coming on for LA. And as he warms up, we pause for this. This is spring training baseball on the Rangers Radio Network.
In winter, you can't go to the ballpark and see a go-ahead home run. Can't witness a filthy strikeout or watch a Rangers walk-off. That's because there are only 2 seasons in the year, winter and baseball. So how do you win your winter? You get ready for baseball. 2026 Texas Rangers single game tickets are now on sale. Get your tickets today at Rangers.com. All for Texas.
Hey Rangers fans, the 2026 MLB season is here. And SeatGeek has your ticket to all the Rangers action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of every home team win. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Rangers games or to any other live event in the greater Dallas area, SeatGeek has your seat. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of your Texas Rangers. Your ticket to the best game of your life. SeatGeek.
With X the Cash scratch tickets from the Texas Lottery, you could multiply the cash by 30, 50, 100, or even 200 times. And when you multiply the cash, you multiply the celebration. With top prizes from $60,000 up to $1 million, it's the easiest way to multiply your luck or enter for a chance to win VIP experiences. Play X the Cash scratch tickets today. Must be 18 or older. Play responsibly.
20-year-old Venezuelan Hector Osorio will come to bat here for the Rangers. He came in the last half inning to play in left field. And we have a new pitcher in the ballgame for the Dodgers, and it's right-hander Antonio Knowles. And he delivers strike one here to Osorio. Osorio, left-handed hitter, who spent all of last season with Hickory in the South Atlantic League, where in 90 games he hit .251. Here's the 0-1. Runner goes. The pitch, a little outside throw down to second. It is not in time. Diving in with the steal is Osuna. Osuna went in head first. Asks for time, gets up. He'll dust himself off. So Osuna into scoring position here. The count to Osorio is 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, the Rangers have plated 3 here in the 6th. Lead now by 2 despite being out hit by 2. The 1-1. And Knowles fires high. The count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Knowles, 26 years of age. The right-hander originally drafted by the Rangers out of high school, but taken by the Dodgers in the 13th round of the 2021 draft. As this one is popped up by Osorio, right side of the infield, or maybe deeper out into right center, where it's caught by the right fielder. We were getting fooled there by the second baseman who lost it, but it's a pop-up into shallow right center for Osorio for the final out in the bottom of the 6th. Rangers get 3 in the frame on 3 hits. They leave a man, and after 6, it's 6-4 Texas. It's spring training baseball on the Rangers Radio Network.
For over 30 years, CertaPro Painters has been part of countless memories. Every wall tells a story, and we've been proud to help write them. We are more than just your local painters, with care, craftsmanship, and certainty. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home, beautifully painted and worry-free. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy. Get started today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
Hello, everyone. This is Elvis Andrews, 2-time Major League Baseball All-Star and 2025 Texas Rangers Baseball Hall of Fame inductee. As a former Major League Baseball player, I understand the importance of having a strong team behind you. For over 40 years, Bailey & Gallion has been representing people just like you that have been injured on the job.
Call Bailey & Gallion today at 1-800-LAW-OFFICE. They'll help you get the treatment at no upfront cost to you. Pay no fees unless they win. Call now, 1-800-LAW-OFFICE.
Team up with Bailey & Gallion, the official law firm sponsor of the Texas Rangers, to solve your legal puzzle.
In winter, you can't go to the ballpark and see a go-ahead home run. Can't witness a filthy strikeout or watch a Rangers walk-off. That's because there are only 2 seasons in the year, winter and baseball. So how do you win your winter? You get ready for baseball. 2026 Texas Rangers single game tickets are now on sale. Get your tickets today at Rangers.com. All for Texas.
All right, top half of the 7th, and for the first time today, the Dodgers are trailing. They will have Quiroz due up to bat here. This is Nelson Quiroz, the catcher, and into pitch now for the Rangers. 24-year-old left-hander Josh Trentadue, who is pegged as the 17th best prospect in the Rangers system by MLB Pipeline. And the left-hander's first pitch to Quiroz is in for a strike. So a 3-run bottom of the 6th. Rangers find themselves up for the first time. Trentadue in big league camp for the first time in his career. Throws this breaking pitch up and in. And the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. He's got a new battery mate in Cooper Johnson. And Johnson's looked good behind the plate. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. And there goes the bat flying not too far from the Rangers' brain trust, seated in folding chairs outside the dugout. They've got a screen in front of them. But that bat ended up just along the short wall between the backstop and those Rangers coaches. And the count to Quiros here at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Trentadue last year had the lowest ERA in the Rangers farm system for those pitchers who worked a minimum of 50 innings. Put up a 2.34 ERA, split between the Hub City Spartanburgers and Frisco. There's a line shot foul off the netting far into the Dodger dugout, third base side. And the count will hold here at 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's Quiros, Quintero, and then Izarra, the new shortstop, due up here for the Dodgers in the 7th. As the left-hander Trentadue misses up and in, and that'll make it 2 balls and 2 strikes. The set. And the 2-2. A swing and a miss, and there goes the bat again as it hits on the netting up above the Ranger dugout, and then it is caught rather smartly there by Brett Hayes. Brett Hayes, who has been with the club coaching now for a number of years. And
former big league catcher, still has good hands.
Yeah, just one-handed that one like it was nothing. Quiros strikes out. First out here in the top of the 7th. And that brings up Quintero. And takes this offering from Trentadue high, 4-1. A smile there from Brett as he made that play. This pitch a little bit outside, and the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Brett Hayes, the Rangers catching coach, entering his 9th season on the Rangers coaching staff. 2-0 pitch, that's low. And the count now at 3 balls and no strikes. Last year, Hayes, technically the quality control coach with the Rangers. Prior to that, bullpen coach for 3 seasons. This pitch is low and outside, and on 4 pitches, Quintero draws the walk. That brings up Jose Izarra. And Izarra batting for the first time here this afternoon. Trentadue did his college pitching at Southern Virginia University and the College of Southern Idaho, and was going to attend VCU, Virginia Commonwealth. This pitch is inside. Ball 1 to the right-handed hitting Izarra, but signed with the Rangers before following through on that commitment to VCU. The 1-0, and Trentadue misses low and in. And so the count now at 2 balls and no strikes. Over 3 seasons in the Rangers organization, Trentadue an ERA of 3.28. And with 194 strikeouts and 151 innings. Time called here. Cooper Johnson, the new catcher, out to have a little chit-chat here with Trentadue. And Jack Leiter started today, was removed in the 2nd inning, came back to start the 3rd, but only faced 1 batter. Leiter threw a total of 45 pitches in his outing today. Gave up the 2-run home run to Dalton Rushing in the 1st. All right, Trentadue behind here, the 2-0. And that's over the outer half for a strike. So make it 2 balls and 1 strike. Yeah, we are, 2 hours and 18 minutes in Playing in the top of the 7th, 2-1, a check swing, but Trentadue fires a strike. And the count now level at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rangers leading 6-4, having scored a run in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, and 3 more in the 6th.
The Dodgers were in the 9th inning in their other game against the Cubs.
That's just a little south of here in Glendale. 2-2, swing and a foul tip. Johnson holds on, and Izara is out on strikes.
Dodgers are losing that game 4-0 as the Cubs come up in the top of the 9th.
And that will bring up Austin Gauthier. Just guessing on the pronunciation.
Oh, you got your French down, Pat.
Yeah, okay. Gauthier stands in on the right side. Johnson slides to his right as that pitch from Trentadue was way outside, ball 1. This is the spot where Nick Senzel had been in the lineup. Senzel had walked twice and hit a 2-run home run. Pretty good day at the plate for him. This next pitch, take it over the inner half to level the count at a ball and a strike. Ryan Ward, who has been in the game, the entire game for the Dodgers, is out on deck. He's hit the ball hard and has nothing to show for it today. Here's the 1-1. And that ball is hit on the ground to second, fielded on a couple of hops. The throw to first in time. And Gauthier, the final out here in the top of the 7th. No runs, no hits, a man left. 7th inning stretch time here in Surprise. Rangers are up 6-4. This is Rangers Spring Training Baseball on the Rangers Radio Network.
Gather around, Ranger fans, for the Golden Chick Dot Race. Make your picks, red, blue, or green. And they're off. Red quickly pulls ahead with blue and green coming up fast as they round the turn. My stomach reminds me that dinner is also just around the corner. I'm hungry for some crispy, delicious fried chicken. Juicy and tender Golden Chick is a winner in my book. And who wins the Golden Chick Dot Race? It's a photo finish with green taking the checkered flag by a nose.
Hey Rangers fans, the 2026 MLB season is here, and SeatGeek has your ticket to all the Rangers action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of every home team win. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Rangers games or to any other live event in the greater Dallas area, SeatGeek has your seat. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of your Texas Rangers. Your ticket to the best game of your life. SeatGeek.
As an official partner of the Texas Rangers, Lockheed Martin is proud to be part of the rich heritage of the Rangers and the many fans who cheer the team on at Globe Life Field. It is with that same pride we support our local communities and customers. From the frontline workers to the members of our armed forces safeguarding life and liberty, we're here to help them with their most important missions.
Bottom half of the 7th inning. Nick Prado due to lead it off here for the Rangers, who find themselves up 6-4. And we have a new pitcher in for Los Angeles here. And that new pitcher is Garrett McDaniels. Yet another left-hander. It'll be the 4th left-hander the Rangers have faced here this afternoon. Rangers have definitely seen their fair share of lefties, so a lefty-on-lefty matchup, and Nick Prado stands in and takes this pitch for strike 1. Prado, nice looping shot out into left center to drive in a run back in the 5th. The 0-1, swing and a ball fouled off over near Cooper Johnson in the on-deck circle, and that'll make it no balls and 2 strikes. McDaniels working out of the stretch. He turns and shows a little bit of his back to the batter as he fires low and away, and that'll make it a ball and 2 strikes. McDaniels making his 3rd appearance of the spring. Made his big league debut last season pitching for the Angels, appeared in 10 games in relief. And the 1-2 is low and outside, and that gets by Quiros. And so that'll level the count now to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Around the infield for the Dodgers, Geloff at third, Izara at short, Gautier at second, and Ward is still in at first. The 2-2. Check swing and a foul. He really got in on Prado that time. Prado trying to get the bat out of the way, couldn't, and will hold it 2-2. Newell is in left, Quintero in center, and Sirota is in right field. Again, Cooper Johnson waiting on deck. Dodgers playing Prado to pull in the infield. They're shifted the other way in the outfield. Here's a breaking ball hit hard but foul of first base as that goes right by first base coach Travis Jankowski. Janko standing just outside the first base coach's box toward the outfield. Again, the 2-2. And McDaniels misses outside. And so the count runs full. McDaniels, in his 10 appearances last year with the Angels, pitched to a 5.91 ERA. Had more walks than strikeouts in those, or in that small sample size. Here's a ball driven deep out into left center field. Newell and Quintero coming together. This one's off the track and off the wall. Newell, the left fielder, will play it back in. And it's an opposite field double for Nick Prado up the alley in left center.
Catcher number 83, Cooper Johnson.
So Prado 2 for 2 with a single and a double. And that brings up Cooper Johnson. Danny Jansen started this afternoon, went 0 for 3, couple of ground ball outs and a fly ball out to center. McDaniels with a look back, high leg kick in the pitch. And this one just over the outside edge for a strike. McDaniels, in addition to his time with the Angels last year, also spent some time in both the Angels and the Dodgers farm systems. Here's a ground ball deep in the hole at short. Izara to his right knocks it down, but that's all that he can do. Had to go a long way to get to that ball. Patty picked it up. Prado was on his way to third. Maybe Prado's running caused Izara to take his eye off the ball just a bit. But even if he fields it cleanly, would still be a tough chance for the out at first base. So a hit goes up on the board for the catcher Cooper Johnson. Runners are at the corners here. Nobody out of the inning. Rangers leading 6-4. And the batter, Aaron Zavala, and he hits one up the middle, and it gets by Gautier and into center field for the base hit. Prado is in to score. Speeding around to third is Johnson. It's an RBI single for Aaron Zavala, and the Rangers now lead it 7-4.
Well, Zavala is opening some eyes this spring. A couple of home runs and 2 hits today.
Single to right to lead off that 3-run bottom half of the 6th. So the Rangers just keep adding on here. Again, at one point trailing in this one 4-1. They have scored 6 unanswered runs. And the batter now is Franier Chavez. And the first pitch to him is off the mark for ball 1. Chavez swings, hits a line drive, and that's caught at second. Throw to first, not in time. Zavala dives back to the bag safely, so Chavez lines out to second. It's the first out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And that should bring up Marcos Torres. Torres to get his first swings of the day in the spot that had been occupied by Mark Canha. Canha went 0 for 2 with a walk. As the left-hander McDaniels throws over to first, Ward has to reach around Zavala and take that throw. Had that gotten by him, that would have scored a run, and Zavala would have ended up over at third. Remember, there's a lot of room in foul ground here in Surprise. There goes the runner from first. The pitch, a strike. The ball is dropped by Quiroz, the catcher, so no throw down to second, though Zavala should get credit for the stolen base. And strike 1 to the batter, Marcos Torres. So Torres with an opportunity to really pile it on here. The infield drawn in for the Dodgers with runners at second and third and one out. The pitch from McDaniels, a chopper to short, fielded there to throw home, and now they have Johnson hung up between third and home. Quiros throws up to third, and Johnson is tagged out halfway between third and home by Geloff, the third baseman. He stayed on the rundown long enough to allow Zavala to make it to third and Torres to make it to second. So Torres technically reaching on the fielder's choice all the way to second base. As Johnson, the lead runner, is out on the play. 6-2-5. So now you have runners at second and third with two men out. And Andrew Velasquez steps up for his second at-bat. His first one was very productive as he takes a pitch that's outside for ball one. He doubled into the right field corner to plate a couple of runs and then later came around to score. So Velasquez again with a chance to do some damage. Bounces this one foul right over the head of third base coach Corey Ragsdale. A ball and a strike here to Velasquez. 7 runs now on 10 hits for Texas. 3 of those hits coming here in the 7th. 4 runs, 9 hits for the Dodgers. Dodgers have committed the game's only error. The set by the left-hander and the pitch. And that one's hit out into right field. Hit pretty well. But Sirota is there backing up on it. He'll make the play to get Velasquez for the final out in the inning. Rangers add to their advantage. They get a run on 3 hits. They leave 2. And after 7 from Surprise, Texas 7, Los Angeles 4. This is spring training baseball on the Rangers Radio Network.
It's the first day of the first grade, and she found a new best friend. It's a laid-back Sunday afternoon. You wish would never end. The homemade taste of Bluebell and good friends gathered round. The good old days are being made right now.
Like our original gold-rimmed Bluebell homemade vanilla, the country's gold standard of ice cream flavors since 1969. Its hand-cranked taste takes you back to simpler times. That's why we put the word home right on the carton.
The good old days are being made right now. The good old days are being made right now.
The Whataburger Monterey Melt is back? You've got some nerve showing up here again, looking all delicious with your fresh all-beef patties, melty cheeses, grilled peppers and onions, and jalapeno ranch. When I want you, you're nowhere to be found. And now you're back? Aw, get in here. We just missed you, that's all. The Whataburger Monterey Melt is back for a limited time and harder to resist than ever. Download the app. What a burger!
We are in the clubhouse, on the field, and more. Nobody covers Rangers baseball like your home of the Rangers. 105.3 The Fan.
All right, Rangers up 7-4 as we go to the top half of the 8th inning on this hot Saturday afternoon here in Surprise. Dalton Pence is in to pitch for Texas, a southpaw, and entering his 47th season as the voice of the Texas Rangers. On the call, Eric Nadel.
Hey, thanks, Matt. Tyler Nevin is the batter, the son of former Ranger Phil Nevin, former big league manager. Tyler's had big league time with a few different teams. He takes ball 1 from Dalton Pence. Rangers on top, 7-4. They've out-hit the Dodgers now 10-9. There's a swing and a foul ball back off the bat of Nevin. Pence goes 6'2", 215. He's 23 years of age, out of Gastonia, North Carolina. An 11th round draft pick by the Rangers. Works in short sleeves on this hot afternoon. The pitch to the plate is a breaking ball just inside for a ball. He's out of Cherryville, North Carolina High School. Went to University of North Carolina. There's a swing and a foul ball back. Former Tar Heel. Pitched in the Super Regionals and then in the College World Series. Dalton Dalton Pence last year divided the season between Hickory and Hub City. He's drafted 2 years ago. Two and two. And that one misses 3-2. Meanwhile, over in Glendale, the Dodgers are on the short end of a 6-0 score against the Cubs. And they're batting in the bottom of the ninth inning. Colin Ray was the Cubs starter in that one, went 3 scoreless innings. The rest of the names doing anything of significance will be unknown to you. Here's a swing and a high pop-up into short right. That one is caught by Zavala. And there is out number 1. Sirota is next. Came on as a pinch runner in the 6th inning. And this is first at-bat of the ball game. So the Dodgers have made changes in all 9 spots in their order, and so have the Rangers. The pitch is outside. The pitching parade for the Rangers now includes 8 names. Leiter, Brand, Baumler, Anderson, Otanez, Curvello, Trentadue, and now Pence. The pitch is over for a strike. Leiter gave up 2 runs in an inning and a third on a home run by Dalton Rushing with a man on. Otanez gave up 2 runs on a 2-run homer by Nick Senzel. And that's all the Dodgers scoring in this 7-4 affair. Here's the pitch, and that is inside for a ball. Dodgers in that game against the Cubs are threatening in the bottom of the ninth with the bases loaded and 1 out, but trailing by 6. Remember, they won their first spring training game, first 6 spring training games. Here's a swing. There's a long drive to left, right down the line, and that one is gone. Mike Sirota with a home run. Cuts a run off the Ranger lead. It is now 7-5 Texas with 1 out here in the 8th. And Chris Newell coming up next.
Sirota got a hold of a 2-1 fastball. Kept it just fair down the left field line.
So the hits in the game are even at 10. Dodgers with 3 home runs. The Rangers have 1 home run off the bat of Sam Haggerty. And Newell, the batter, he's 0 for 1 after coming on for Alex Call. Lefty against lefty now. And here comes the pitch. There's a swing and a miss. Fastball down and away at 93 miles an hour.
So the Dodgers are a little home run dependent today.
Here's the pitch. A swing and a high pop-up. Foul. Third base side. Cooper Johnson over for a look, but Nat is back out of play. We've got a nice crowd here today, 84-48. We announced attendance here in Surprise. Tomorrow we'll be in Peoria to face the Seattle Mariners. Then back here on Monday against the Cleveland Guardians in a game that will not be broadcast. Back comes Pence. Lefty to lefty is swinging a foul ball back toward us.
Were you ready for that one?
I was ready. It just clipped the top of the screen and it was headed right at me. Normally we've got some birds hanging out on that screen by now, but we've only had a couple of them today. The pitch swung on and a high fly ball to right field. Racing toward the line is Zavala, shielding his eyes with his glove. He's there. He's got it. And there are 2 outs in the top of the 8th. Texas on top 7-5. And now it will be Sebi Zavala to bat for the Dodgers. He is 0 for 1 with a strikeout today. Shadows are creeping out now from the grandstand toward the field behind home plate. And they are starting to encroach on the dirt circle around home. They have almost reached the Dodgers' third base coach, Scott Hennessy. The pitch is high and outside, and that hazy cloudiness has dissipated quite a bit. The sky is much bluer now than it was when we started today. Back comes Pence, a swing and a high pop-up right side of the infield. Nick Prado, the first baseman, shields his eyes with his bare left hand, makes the catch in his right hand. And that's all for the Dodgers in the eighth. 1 run, 1 hit, nobody left. Going to the bottom of the eighth. It's Texas 7, the Dodgers 5 on the Rangers Radio Network.
Hall of Fame linebacker Mike Singletary is always cool under pressure.
Not always. Last summer, our AC went out and our house was hot. One of my cool friends recommended Baker Brothers at callbakernow.com. They came out, diagnosed the problem, and told us what they needed to do to fix it. They were professionals and did exactly what they said they were going to do. Wow.
If you need your AC repaired or replaced, go to callbakernow.com. Great service.
Just because the Texas Rangers are in action doesn't mean you have to sit in the dugout. At Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, you can bring your A game to our array of thrilling table games. Experience edge-of-your-seat excitement at over 7,000 slot machines. Or grab an ice-cold beer at one of our sports bars the next time the Rangers suit up. Get your game on at Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, official partner of the Texas Rangers.
Life's a team sport. You need a team your family can count on. Medical City Healthcare, the official healthcare system of the Texas Rangers, and one of North Texas's largest healthcare providers, offers comprehensive, compassionate care, advanced technology, and personalized treatment for your entire family. Trusted care when you need it most. Medical City Healthcare, a team you can count on.
Left-hander Antoine Kelly will do the twirling as we go to the bottom of the eighth inning. His third Cactus League appearance. He has worked 2 scoreless innings. Last year he pitched in the Rockies organization, pitching 34 times for Triple-A Albuquerque. Signed a minor league deal with the Dodgers. Originally a second-round pick in 2019. Spent some time in the Rangers organization without getting the big leagues. And he is going to face Richie Martin Jr. to start the bottom of the eighth inning. Martin, a strikeout victim, his first time up, but is 7 for 16 this spring. Former Oakland Athletics first-round draft pick, made it to the big leagues with Baltimore, and he swings and misses. It is 0-1. Martin wearing the number 25 this spring, to be followed by Osuna and Osorio in the last half of the eighth inning. The lefty Kelly lifts the leg and fires, and the pitch is swung on and hit high in the air to right center field. It's deep, but it's playable for Sirota. Back to the front of the track, and he hauls it in, and there's one away.
Center fielder, number 19.
Brings up Osuna. He has struck out, single to right to drive in a run. Rangers trying to snap a 3-game losing streak here today. We learned today that Josh Young is going to miss at least 10 days with an adductor strain. Kyle Higashioka out today with a stiff back. Justin Foscue with a right hamstring issue. The pitch is inside for a ball. Tomorrow, Jacob Latz against Logan Gilbert as the Rangers see the Mariners. Here comes the pitch, and there's a strike over the outside corner. And that place should be full of Mariners fans after the exciting season they had last year. The Seattle baseball fans always turn out in spring training, and I imagine it'll be an even larger gathering in spring training this year. The pitch is swung on and fouled away.
The resumption of the battle for Bell Road. Which, by the way, anytime you're out on Bell Road, it's a battle. Folks need to know that.
Yeah, that it is. Lefty to Osuna, and a desperate half swing, and he fouls off a pitch as he spoiled the potential strikeout. Looking at the early Cactus League standings, Seattle is 3-4. Dodgers at 6-1. With the best record coming into the day, but they could lose 2 this afternoon. Here's the pitch. Swung on in a high fly ball, medium deep in center field. Quinteros says he has it, and he does. And there are 2 outs with the Rangers leading 7-5 for Osorio. The Rockies with a 6-2 record, but they are getting clobbered today, 16-2 by the Kansas City Royals. And over in the Grapefruit League, you've got the Yankees, who won their 7th game today. They're 7-2. And the Pirates, who won their 7th game, they're 7-2. The pitch is inside and low here to the lefty Osorio. He flied out to right field his first time up. Nick Prado would be next. Prado having a good day, an RBI single and a double. And the pitch is a strike over the outside corner. With the Rangers leading 7-5, Prado might not get another at-bat if Osorio does not reach here. 7-10-1 for the Rangers, 5-10-1 for the Dodgers. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball in there for a strike.
And if you're wondering, Antoine Kelly, it's the same Antoine Kelly that was in the Rangers organization for a few years. Originally acquired back at the trade deadline in 2022 in a deal that sent Matt Bush to Milwaukee.
The pitch swung on and fouled away. Now remember, the Rangers were very excited to get Kelly, left-hander with a very live arm.
Also got Mark Mathias in that deal. We saw him a little bit in the big league.
Yeah, he actually played well as a super sub in September that one year. Here's the pitch. A swing and a foul ball down right off the end of the bat. As you could hear, that one off the windows right next to us. The Dodger broadcast crew not here today. They're doing their home game against the Cubs. Tim Everett and Rick Monday on duty today in that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kelly is ready and delivers, and he missed inside. Almost hit him with that one. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kelly ready again. Hand in the glove at the letters. And fires. And missed inside. He walked him. So Prado will get another at bat. Prado now 3 for 11 on the spring. As we mentioned, he's had big league time with Kansas City in 3 different seasons and 145 games with the Royals. He hit 14 home runs, but batted just .216. Out of Huntington Beach High School, originally a 14th round pick by Kansas City. Left-handed hitter, and the pitch in the dirt, 4-1. Prado, a rangy 6'1", 225 pounds, makes his home now in the offseason here in Surprise. Settled there while playing for the Royals. Rangers roommates here at the Surprise Recreation Complex. Runner at first, 2 outs. And here's the pitch. Check swing, inside for a ball. This is the 24th year the Rangers have trained here in Surprise alongside the Royals. And we have seen the city of Surprise grow from a sleepy little town to a metropolis. It goes for miles now to the west. It used to end pretty much at the ballpark. Pitch is in there for a strike. And now you can go down Bell Road for miles.
And they built a new highway a few years ago, the 303, and it's gone west of the 303.
Yeah, they're going to need another one. They're going to need an outer loop farther out than the 303.
The 404? What's going on? We got the 101, the 202.
I was thinking of going to that ice cream place that you like last night. It's far away.
It is.
Then they should call that another town where that thing is.
It's in the white tanks.
I started heading that way, and then I put up the GPS, and it said I was still like 3.5 miles away. What? I thought this place was close by.
The thing is, once you get there, you got to wait in line for a half an hour to get in the door.
Yeah. So I settled for Culver's instead. I like their frozen custard.
Yeah.
Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul off to the left out of play. One of our favorite restaurants, Firebirds.
Yeah.
From Peoria. Now has a location out there on the 303.
near Waddell. Yeah.
There's a Lou Malnati's out there.
Been there.
Favorite Chicago pizza.
Yeah.
Love what's happened here. 3-2, 2 outs, the runner will go. Rangers lead 7-5 in the eighth, and the pitch is swung on and missed on a breaking ball. Prado is out. And so are the Rangers in the eighth inning. No runs, no hits, a walk, one left. We've completed 8. It's the Rangers 7 and the Dodgers 5 on the Rangers Radio Network.
Ever wondered what it takes to move all the gear to support 75 players, a dozen trainers, and a Palomino to Surprise, Arizona? PGL, Rangers captain, and all your Texas Rangers know that it's a big job, and PGL is proud to be the official team logistics partner.
Visit shippgl.com/Rangers or call 833-SHIP-PGL to talk with one of our experts to take care of your business. From Surprise to Singapore and everywhere in between, we'll get you in the game.
Energy Transfer is excited to support the Texas Rangers. As one of the country's largest energy companies, we proudly move oil and gas products through our 120,000 miles of underground pipelines to power our communities and make our lives possible.
Hey kids, it's time to step up to the plate and join the Junior Rangers. You'll get your very own kit sponsored by Golden Chick. It includes a Rangers baseball cap, backpack, youth jersey, stainless steel water bottle, and a fan chain with bling badge. Junior Rangers also receive 4 digital ticket vouchers to select Ranger home games. Don't forget to bring your fan chain and badge to get 15% off discount in the team store and front of the line access to the kids run the bases at Sunday home games. Sign up now at rangers.com/Junior Rangers and be part of the club.
There are only 2 seasons in the year, winter and baseball. So how do you win your winter? You get ready for baseball. 2026 Texas Rangers single game tickets are now on sale. Get your tickets today at Rangers.com.
The College Station native Dane Acker will try and close this one out with the Raiders on top 7-5. Acker out of the University of Oklahoma and San Jacinto College, also spent a year at Rice. Last year in 30 appearances for Round Rock had a 5.40 ERA. He's a 6'2" right-hander. Originally the property of the Oakland Athletics. Rangers got him in the same deal they got Jonah Heim as they sent Elvis Andrus over to the A's in February of 2021. So a 7-5 Ranger lead going to the 9th inning. Geloff leads off for the Dodgers, right-handed batter, and he takes a strike. This is Jake Geloff, not Zach Geloff of the A's. And the pitch is waved at and missed. It's an 0-2 count. Quiroz on deck, and then Quintero, as the Dodger lineup is replete with farmhands today. The Dodgers' other game, by the way, is over. Dodgers did score 2 in the 9th, but fell to the Cubs 6-2. The pitch is low, so they have now lost their last 2 games after winning their first 6. They're on the verge of having lost their last 3 if they don't rally here in the 9th. Dane Acker looking for a save here. The pitch is a breaking ball, and that is down and away. Pence pitched the 8th. He gave up a solo home run. He gave up 1 run. Otanez gave up 2 runs on a 2-run homer. And Leiter gave up 2 runs on a 2-run homer. Leiter did not have his command today. It was a swing and a high foul out of play off to the right. He was the victim of many foul balls and just could not throw enough strikes. We saw that much ballyhooed cutter maybe twice today. It didn't seem to be a pitch he was using very often. Here comes the pitch. There's a swing and there's a high drive to center field that chases Osuna way back to the wall, and it is out of here. Leadoff home run for Geloff in the 9th, and we've got a 1-run game. It's the Rangers 7 and the Dodgers 6 with nobody out in the 9th.
All 6 Dodger runs today, courtesy of 4 swings of the bat. 2 two-run home runs, and here late in the game, 2 solo shots.
So Acker, the 9th Ranger pitcher of the day, surrenders the 4th Dodger homer. Here's Nelson Quiroz, the catcher. He struck out his first time up. Dalton Rushing started behind the plate, went 2 for 3 with a 2-run homer. Dodgers scored 2 in the first on the rushing homer. They got 2 in the fifth and led 4-1. But then the Rangers scored the next 6 runs to lead 7-4, and the Dodgers have had solo homers in the 8th and the 9th to make it 7-6. Here's the kick and the pitch. Check swing. He went around, says the third base umpire, Brian Van Vranken. Short rocking motion for Acker, and the pitch is inside. He almost hit him. 2 balls and a strike. Boy, many of the folks who were seated on the berm have left today. Could be a pretty high sunburn factor out there this afternoon.
I would think.
Here's the pitch, and the ground ball past the mound right at the shortstop Velasquez. Quick trigger throw to first in time. There's one away. Rangers leading 7-6 here in the 9th. Quintero, the batter, he drew a walk his first time up.
Eric, Keith Jones II is now out in left field. Big guy, 6'2", 220 pounds, entering his 3rd season in the organization.
So he is in for Osorio, who was in for Langford. Carter started in center, Langford in left. The pitch, a check swing, strike over the inside corner. Here's the pitch, and there's a breaking ball low for a ball. As of now, Luis Curvelo is the pitcher of record for the Rangers. Carlos Duran is on the hook for the Dodgers. Here comes the pitch, a swing and a foul high in the air off to the right, and this one will reach the seats. Let's pause for station identification. 10 seconds on the Rangers Radio Network.
Your home of Texas Rangers baseball. KRLD-FM and HD1 Dallas-Fort Worth. We are 105.3 The Fan.
7 runs for the Rangers on 10 hits. 6 runs for the Dodgers on 11 hits. I'm Eric Nadel with Matt Hicks, our engineer Matt Prelip. Dylan Moore, Kevin Walker, Adam C. back in master control. Jared Sandler out taking walks with baby Annie today. Here's the pitch. Strike call on the outside corner. And the Dodgers are down to their final outs. We'll see Jared out here in a couple of weeks. 2 weeks from today, I think, is his appearance here.
Well, good to take in all that dad time.
He needs to come out here and catch up on sleep. So 2 outs for Azara, the last hope for the Dodgers. A 1-run Ranger lead. Here comes Acker, and the pitch is high and outside for ball 1.
When did he ever need to catch up on sleep?
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's about 2 hours a day.
He doesn't sleep. He's got the Bobby Valentine thing going. Another guy didn't need sleep. 1-0 the count. The pitch to Izara, right-handed batter, is a strike. Slider over the inside corner. The count is 1-1. Acker bidding for the save, had 1 with Frisco in 2024. That's the only save of his career. He's primarily been a starting pitcher, but last year he worked as a reliever exclusively. Pitch is a strike over the outside corner. And the Dodgers, trailing 7-6, are down to their final strike. Rangers trying to even their record for the spring at 5-5. They are 1 strike away. Acker, big deep breath. Swings to the wind and delivers. Strike call on the outside corner, and this ball game is over. Leadoff home run for the Dodgers, but nothing more in the 9th. The Rangers have won it 7-6. Back with the happy totals after this on the Rangers Radio Network.
It's come down to this moment. Bottom of the 9th and 2 outs. The Rangers need a run.
The toughest moments call for strong support.
Pitcher quickly checks first base. And the pitch.
That's why people trust Globe Life.
Deep to right field. Back. It's out of here.
That's why millions of people trust Globe Life to help protect what matters most.
That's a big win for the Rangers.
Globe Life. Make tomorrow better.
As the original American single malt from Texas, Balcones Distilling has been leading the recently ratified American single malt movement from the beginning. right from the heart of Texas. Whether using high-quality Texas grains, collaborating with the uncompromising climate, or adapting to let local flavors flourish, Balcones intentionally crafts every bottle of award-winning whiskey to deliver a true taste of this great state. Balcones, the official Texas whiskey of your Texas Rangers. Must be 21 or older. Please drink responsibly.
With Quick Trip's new $7 Dealicious combo, choose from over 32,340 dinners. Choose a QT drink. Oh, wait, 18 kinds? 164,028 dinner combos. Choose one of 18 QT drinks plus 2 slices of pizza. Oh no, but what if they mix and match slices? With Quick Trip's new $7 Dealicious combo, you have a lot of options. Only for a limited time, only at QT.
The happy totals in Surprise look like this. The Rangers, 7 runs, 10 hits, no errors, and 9 left. The Dodgers, 6 runs, 11 hits, 1 error, and 8 left. Luis Curvelo, the winning pitcher, Carlos Duran, the losing pitcher, and a save for Dane Acker. The game took 2 hours and 57 minutes before a crowd of 8,448. With men in scoring position, the Rangers were 5 for 15. The Dodgers were 2 for 8. The Dodgers hit 4 home runs, accounting for all 6 of their runs. Rangers had 1 long ball off the bat of Sam Haggerty. Haggerty continues to make a very solid bid to win a bench spot on this club. Otherwise, I think maybe the most significant performance today was by Carter Baumler, who had a nice outing for the Rangers, an inning and 2/3 scoreless. Jack Leiter was not sharp today, did not have good command. But what else in this ballgame, if anything, stood out for you, Matt?
Well, I tell you what, I've only done 3 games now so far this spring, and the Rangers have made some really fine plays defensively. The leaping grab by Tyler Wade on that line drive off the bat of Ryan Ward that ended the top of the 3rd. If he doesn't make that play, 2 runs score, who knows, maybe 3 runs score on the play, and the Rangers are down 4-0 or 5-0. But he was at the apex of his leap. His arm was fully stretched out above his head. You're not going to find a much better a catch in the infield. Last weekend, we saw Quincy Scott make an incredible play out in right field near the edge of the warning track. So the Rangers are turning in some pretty good defense when they need to.
Yeah, Scott with not much of a chance to make the club, but who knows if Tyler Wade might be able to force his way onto the roster, making plays like that. Well, tomorrow we will be in Peoria, just down Bell Road from here, anywhere from a 10-minute to 40-minute drive, depending on traffic. Jake Latz will be on the mound for Texas, and Logan Gilbert will be pitching for the Mariners. Another 2 o'clock start, and we hope you will join us for that. I would like to invite you to my birthday benefit show. That is coming up on May 14th at the Longhorn Ballroom in Dallas, starring Sammy Ray and the Friends and Chuck Prophet and his Cumbia Shoes. It's all for the Grant Halliburton Foundation. Tickets at longhornballroom.com. Back in Master Control, Dylan Moore, Kevin Walker, and Adam C. have been running things today. Here in Surprise, Matt Prelip has been our engineer. For Matt Hicks, I'm Eric Nadel. Thanks so much for joining us today. Final score again, the Rangers 7 and the Dodgers 6. Until tomorrow from Peoria, stay tuned for Mike Peasley and Hot Stove with Matt Hicks as special guest. So long, everybody. Here's the payoff pitch. He struck him out swinging. Got him on a splitter. Evaldi strikes out 3 in the inning. He has 7 punch-outs on the night.
And that ball hit high and deep into left field. Dominguez goes back, watches with the rest of us as Josh Young has just walked off the New York Yankees.
Swung on, lofted in the air, left center field. Langford on the run, lunges and makes the catch. Oh, baby, what a play by Wyatt Langford.
You've been listening to Texas Rangers Spring Training Baseball, brought to you by Globe Life. For over 125 years, Globe Life has helped protect families when they need it most. Globe Life, make tomorrow better. Lexus, visit your local Dallas-Fort Worth Lexus dealership today. CertaPro, choose happy, choose CertaPro painters. Visit CertaPro.com. And by Choctaw Casinos and Resorts, where the players play. Hear every Texas Rangers game right here on the Rangers Radio Network.
This Odyssey Sports broadcast has been brought to you by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
Your home of Rangers Rangers baseball is 105.3 The Fan, KRLD FM, KRLD HD1 Dallas, Fort Worth. This is the Rangers Hot Stove Show. Now, here's Jared Sandler.